But
girl, there is absolutely no way that you cannot be obsessed with this girl. If you don't like her, you're a hater. You're a hater. Very simply put, like, if you don't like this girl, you're a hater and you are insecure about yourself because she is perfect in every way possible.
So it's the girl. I'm not discrediting him, but I'm still sitting here saying I don't feel like I owe you respect. I like what you do, but I still don't feel like I owe you that yet.
Telling that nigga get out his car, then that's what you're saying. Get out the whip.
You got to go in there and really fill it out because if you ever hear the stories,
he's still in the whip.
I'm sending this person and I'm sending that person in. You go in there and learning certain things or watching Bernie Mac or watching even rock. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We seen stuff and that's our culture. So we have that understanding. When you date somebody outside of our race, they're never going to understand our culture fully, because they don't live it.
It's a different experience. So
we understand. I'm never going to put you in jail. I might give you these hands, but I'm never putting you in jail for the fact being, you know what I'm saying? I understand what it is to put another black man in jail or do stuff to they don't understand that because they don't come from that world.
Your whole life is revolved around talking about other people's lives.
What the fuck do you think your ass is doing on that podcast now?
This podcast is sponsored by Graffiti Tax Services. For all your tax preparation needs, you can go to graffititax.com. We're going to put the link right here. It should be somewhere. And yeah, you can head to them during tax season. And if you have any financial or tax preparation questions, head to Graffiti Tax Services. They're our new sponsor. Thank you to Graffiti Tax Preparation Services. That's it. Okay, well, today we have our first guest. Okay, well, welcome to the show, of course. But today we have our first guest in the house. Yes. So Ty is with us. So Ty is a fashion stylist, creative director, image consultant, and personal shopper. So he is joining us today. We're going to talk all things fashion and all of our regular stuff too. So Ty, tell us just like a little bit about yourself. Just a quick one too.
Well, I mean, you done broke me down. That was a great intro. And because I know how to make jobs. I feel like a true Jamaican that I am. I'm from Connecticut. Got into the industry within the last 10 years. I've done so much. Oh my gosh. What do you want to know? How do we do it?
You can put a mic a little close to you.
How do we do this? What do you want to know?
Just tell me how you got into styling.
Okay, so how can I explain this without? Okay, so I'm gonna be quick, not brief, but I got into styling. I was working at Macy's. I met this guy who was a street pharmaceutical rep. Mm-hmm. Who actually became...
That's a legitimate position.
That's a legitimate position, right? And he became my boyfriend at the time. And him and his friends kind of like that I had style, that I was creative. So they would just send me to the stores to go buy everything for them and just put them on. And he was actually, his name, well, I'm gonna just call him what we used to call him Polo Man. So he used to come into Macy's and drop $1,200 on me.
So this was during the white boy, black boy era.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the Sperry's.
Okay,
and
that was real heavy.
Cargo shorts, yes. The polo, the polo.
He wore the polo boots. Okay.
Yes. So he was the Polo Man. So he used to come in and he used to just I want you to, pick some stuff out for me. And I used to, we used to talk privately, honestly, just being real. And he put me into the game. And I remember him taking me to Philadelphia and New York, and I would just dress him and his friends, just put them in. So that's how I really got introduced into fashion. I've always loved it though, because my aunt was a seamstress, and I remember as a kid she would make dresses and wedding dresses, and I remember she made my godmother's wedding dress, and she allowed me to help with the beading and stuff like that. So I've always loved fashion, but really what got my foot in the doors to get me the niche to be a stylist and personal shopper was him.
You have such an interesting life, and I do want to get deeper into it, and I want you to get into all of your roots and stuff. Life for real.
Exactly.
Oh, he does it.
That's how I feel like. I feel like we give them so much of our culture, and we allow them in our culture so much, and it'd be so hard for us to even just be around their culture. So I feel some type of way when they be like other people, other nationalities.
You don't like white rappers?
No, I love them because I love Eminem. But what I don't like with like Fabio saying the N word around, like I was always taught never to say the N word around other races.
Don't say it around them.
Never even say it around them.
Oh,
Because it's like you giving them power to feel comfortable for them to eventually one day to say it.
yeah.
No, I've seen that happen before.
I see that.
Yeah.
I had this one white guy I knew I used to work with, and he was saying how he used to say it around one of his homeboys, and then he said it around they homeboys, and they beat his ass.
Yeah.
He was like, he didn't even have my back. I said, yeah, nigga, why would he?
Why?
Yeah. So it's just like certain things, and then it's just like when they get into our culture, they feel like it's like they get accepted. And it's like one thing about Eminem never tried to be us. Eminem was Eminem.
Bring your mic a little closer to you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Eminem was Eminem. So it was just like it never felt like he was trying to be a street dude, a black dude. It just felt like he was Eminem.
He was really doing his own shit.
Yeah, so it's like I love rappers. I just love music, but it's just like when they mimic our style, like he don't sound like who he could possibly be.
It sounds like a caricature.
Yeah.
Boom.
Are you tired of paying a lot of money for your vacation? My name is Shirley Proctor, and I am a partner with Tavodian, a traveling membership group. I can help you save time, money, help you and your loved ones see the world.
Yeah.
Well, let's introduce the show. You're now listening to Talk FNF TV. I'm your host, Rhetoric, and I'm with my lovely and amazing and gorgeous co-host, Miss Reality.
Hi guys.
Oh, I love that intro. Okay, let me see if you can give me a good one.
And we have a special guest with us. You've already given him an introduction beforehand, but
Stylist extraordinaire, image consultant, Ty.
Whoop. Image consultant. I'm gonna have to steal this just for right now. We're gonna bite off a law and steal image architecture.
we
Image
go.
architect.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
Period.
So yeah, so we're gonna bite that one for right now.
Okay, so before we get into anything, like Ty, before we were recording, was telling us about like his story, and I wanted him to share that with you guys because where he was and where he is now, it's like night and day.
Oh wow, I love that. Yeah, it is. It's so night and day. Where you want me to start?
Start at
The beginning.
Start at like the beginning of you getting into styling and your struggles and
Okay.
and your successes now.
So
and
I'll-
how you got here.
Okay, cool. So, short story, just a little background. I'm from Connecticut, from Bridgeport, Connecticut.
You're from Bridgeport?
What you know about Bridgeport?
I went to the University of Bridgeport my freshman year.
Oh yes, I'm from Bridgeport, Newfield, East End.
That's crazy.
Yes,
I went to Bridgeport. That's crazy.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Oh, so we really bonding now.
Yeah, like-
it makes sense. So, yeah, like I said, I'm from Bridgeport, Connecticut.
It's a factory town.
What? My grandmother worked there for years. But and I've always been into fashion. Like I've always been fly. My mother always kept us in pieces and stuff like that. You know, we kept us in pieces as far as like the urban streetwear. And what really, really sparked my interest into fashion, I told you about my aunt, but really it was this guy named Wiles who lived on the East End with us. Fly ass dude. I ain't gonna say the N-word, but fly ass dude. He was the dude that used to have the Beamer, and like he used to have this white.
That dude.
Yo, my gosh, he had this white Audi. Was it an Audi or Benz? No, he had a white Benz, and he used to always have every different Averex and Pele jacket. Like you had to be like the dudes that had the leather joints. You couldn't just have like any old. Like he used to have the leather joints with the hat.
he was picking it fresh up.
Yo,
from the dock.
oh my gosh, it was very so much paid in full. Like yo, he was very so much money Mitch. I love Wiles, and so he always used to spark my interest. And I always used to want to be like the it dude on the block. Like I always try to be that. So that's where my interest of fashion really began.
Show the bling.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Then my aunt allowed me to help her with being a seamstress, so like sewing and stuff like that. I kind of got into it. Then I moved down here. I told you about my ex-boyfriend who was a street pharmaceutical rep, who was Mr. Polo Man, and I used to dress him and his friends. So like that's what really kind of pushed me more into being a stylist and personal shopper. In the midst of that, you know, I came down here actually for college.
Mm-hmm.
I came down here to really be. I went to Johnson and Wales in Charlotte for culinary arts. I really could cook. Like I went to be a sous chef.
Okay.
Like that was what I was really trying to be, like a chef more than anything, because I felt like that was a calling of mine, but I didn't like it as much. I love fashion. Then I went to Art Institute. I got a scholarship to go to Art Institute. Went to Art Institute of Atlanta.
I see that more for you.
Yeah, it was so me.
Yeah.
I felt right in. Went to Art Institute of Atlanta. Didn't finish. Went to Georgia State. Ended up going to Georgia State. And it was in school for marketing. You know, just the general subjects, because it was like, oh, it makes more sense to do stuff that was general, but I just always led me right back to fashion. In the midst of going to school, I was living on the south side. Like I said, I lived around the corner. And in the midst of that, I was homeless. So I used to live with my aunt, and I left from living with my aunt just because, you know, not like it was that bad. It just wasn't working out for me. I was homeless, and I'm never gonna front. I met a guy who I was dealing with, and I was dealing with him, you know, just to lay my head. So I was living.
We not gonna judge not everyone, but people have those times.
Trust me, you can't talk about me now. Them flights I catch, please,
on a regular basis.
Hey man, I done did some just
the
for a
Delta
meal.
points are stacking.
Exactly.
I didn't talk to a little mud duck for a meal. So,
I done talked to him listen. He wasn't a mud duck though. I get that. But yeah, I used to live with him to like have a place to live, and then me and him fell out, and I met this other dude who was actually like really such a good guy. I wish I would have did right by him, but again, I was staying with him just to not be homeless, and then got kicked out of his house, and I used to be homeless for like a month and a half, maybe 2 months. So I used to have a big black suitcase, but I was fly as fuck, so they never thought I was really homeless.
Mm-hmm.
So
they
like,
just thought you was on the go.
On the go. It was so funny because I used to sleep at the Hartsfield Jackson train station when MARTA used to like, you go downstairs and there's the MARTA little station down there. I used to sleep right there.
That's crazy. What year was that?
I want to say it was like around 2010, 2011.
Like having to sleep in the train station pre-gentrification is scary to me. Like it's scary now still. The train station is scary in general, having to sleep there.
But I feel like
it was probably
I
less
feel like you had to have
active,
some big ass.
It's probably less active. Atlanta was just in that progression where it was just getting bigger.
It was just getting bigger.
So there wasn't a lot of people.
It wasn't a lot of people then too. It was also like I met a lot of people that was homeless that was still on the hustle with me. Actually, one of my good friends, Ink, she was homeless with me. Well, not really homeless, but we was both kind of going through our struggle. She actually now writing music for J-Lo and shit.
Oh, wow.
Dope.
So we all, you know, so you meet people in the midst of all of that. Like you meet people in the midst of doing that. So like I met a lot of people who, you know, I met a lot of kids that was running away. I met a lot of, you know, other people that was just figuring life out. So it was difficult, but I never looked like I was really a homeless person. Like I looked like I said, like I was just on the run, like on the move. Like I used to carry this big black suitcase full of like, I had like probably 12 outfits, toothbrush, toothpaste, you know, I always had deodorant, and, you know, I would go in the bathroom, wiping up real quick, go look for a job, and then I'll go back into the pavement. I would stay at the Hartsfield Jackson train station, and I'll stay in Doraville. And then my best friend, she moved. So then when she moved back, I came back to live with her and my other 3 best friends.
Okay. So
what would you say your defining moment was that made you like, no, like I'm really in this industry the way that I want to be and feel more comfortable in your career?
I don't have one.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet. I don't have one.
Ty, I feel like you should definitely give yourself more credit.
I don't know. I don't think I made it yet, and I think that's what's keeping me going harder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just to this point right now, it's still a step. So that's what I mean. Like, if you was to tell the story from this point now, like a defining moment that got you from where it didn't feel possible to it felt possible.
I'm gonna be honest. I'll have days where I don't think that this shit gonna work. Cause I'll be like, it's hard. Like I'll be trying to tell people see me and they think that I've made it and everything, and I'll be like, it's days I might only have $20 to my name still. Like it ain't hit yet for me, and it's crazy because I've worked with a lot of people in the world, but I think, You know what? Let me back up. I'm gonna correct myself. Actually, it was 2 months ago. Me and Law was working together, and I was in LA in his house, and he was just like, everything is possible for everybody. In any situation, I just got to work 10 times harder, and listen to how he went through his story. So I believe it's still possible, but I'm also in this phase like, when is it gonna pop?
So,
because I've been at it for a minute, and it's just like
Yeah, I mean it's all part of the grind though. Just whatever you're doing.
if you guys don't know who Law Roach is, he is an image architect. That's what he calls himself. He works
the image architect.
the image architect. I'm sorry. He works with. He's the only person that works with Zendaya. He works with Naomi. He works with Celine. He's like the stylist, the person, and Ty has he's like your mentor, right?
He's like my mentor, my hero, my guidance, my tough ass in the thorn, all that. Like he's all of that. Yeah,
he
like,
definitely seems like he gonna give you some tough love. Period.
It is not like it seems. It is that. So what it looks like, it is. He gives you tough love, but I thank him because it's seeing where he, like I said, seeing where he come from and seeing where he is at now. Back to your question, that's what gives me the hope that I know that I'm gonna make it.
Tell us a little bit about like how you met Law and like how you got to be this close to him.
Oh wow. I met Law. So his best friend is my good friend, and one day he was here doing the City Girls, and he needed some assistance, like doing like assistant work, intern work. I worked for Law for maybe a half a year or maybe to a year for free. Just whenever he needed me, I would be there.
I would too, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, but we live in a time where people don't feel like they want to work for anybody for free.
You work for Law Roach for free 100%.
And I worked for him for free.
Don't play with that.
I was one of the ones that did it.
Yeah,
and
that's smart.
I remember that he needed somebody for the City Girls intern, and I never forget the conversation. I thought I was the flyest thing in the motherfucking world. I walked in there. I walked into his room, and he was like, "You think you look cute, huh?" I was like, "Yeah, I do, right?" And he was like, "No, that wasn't a compliment." like shut me down. Like, you came here. He was like, "You came here to work." And fast forward, he like shut me down, and we worked that whole week. And I remember I was like, well, I want to ask you some questions. He was like, this is the best time to ask him questions because that's your payment. I was like, okay, that's fine. So I started asking him a whole bunch of questions. He was like, okay, that's enough questions. I'm tired of you. It was
exhaust the questions.
Yo, because I was running them down like, well, what do I need to do here? What do we do here? What do we do here? And he was just like, okay, you asking me too many questions. Like, that's enough. I'm tired of you. And I remember he needed another assistant at the time, and she was like, "Hey, I never forget. I was working at Giuseppe at the time, and I had called out sick. Like, but most people won't do that. Like, they're getting paid to work here. I called out sick to work for Law Roach for free. Yeah, like, can you imagine that, to sit there and be someone's gopher, to be basically to do all the running around for free?
I mean, but even just to be like, I can just understand, just even wanting to be in that environment of something that you're passionate about, it's kind of worth it at the end of the day. At least for this one day.
Especially with someone of that caliber.
I did it for a year almost. I want to say almost a year. So I worked for him, and then one day he was just like, I like you. And he been taking me hand in hand. Like, it's weird. People still say it to this day, but like, he calls you run. And I'm like, it's not that I run. It's like,
it's not weird.
Yeah, but people say, because they don't understand it, but people don't understand working for free. Because I did a lot of shoots back in the day for free. People don't understand working for him for free. This man gave me I owe everything to him. I say this in the most humblest way. I owe so much to him because this man took me around the world. This man has given me the confidence, giving me the knowledge,
that's priceless.
It's so priceless. And it's like, I can walk into a room and I can walk to a client and they be like, oh, how much you charge? Off the back, I'm $6K. Yeah. I can, off the back, $6K. What are we talking?
So you said that you asked him a bunch of questions. So for stylists that want to get into the game, right, and they want to get into the industry, what are like a couple tips that you could give someone that wants to start out? And like, what did he tell you?
So I'm gonna actually plug him in. Go get his book, How to Build a Fashion Icon. Because all the tips that he's giving me are in there. But I'll give y'all one or two that I stuck with. One is always believing in yourself. You got to be confident. That confidence is what shows to your client that you can make it, right? So like if I dress you in fairness, I got to be confident that you look that great into it so that when you go to the world, you can be, you know what I'm saying, confident enough so that you can put a look off. And the second thing is stylists get into it sometimes just because they like think everything's just pretty, right? You got to really be knowledgeable in your industry. Like that's the hardest thing that I've learned from being around this man. Like I need to know everything from front to back. Like this man is a walking dictionary. So with him being a walking dictionary, I had to learn if I'm going to be the next big stylist, which I am. So like I always tell people I'm the next best stylist since the best stylist retired. Lil Wayne quote. But I say that to say like I had to learn everything. So I since I've met this man, I've been brushing up on just the history of fashion. So like those are key factors because everything else, you learn on your way. You know who don't know how to put clothes together.
All right.
A lot of people don't. So speaking of people who don't know how to put clothes together, that's a great segue into the BET Awards. Cause child, it was something for real. So we're gonna talk about all of the looks from the BET Awards, and then we'll get into the performances. So we'll go like a quick 1-2, right?
Okay.
So we'll start with Halle, right?
Yeah, she was definitely on one of my. I made a little list too. So
Okay, so yeah, let's start it.
Y'all not gonna be just having me muted out on these fashion conversations.
Okay,
let's go at it.
That was her game plan.
That was my game plan.
Yeah, well, she wanted me to X me out. She really don't even want me in the shot.
I love it. I love to hear like the straight guys' opinions about fashion.
See, I got some
I
poignant
don't
opinions.
Like to hear straight men's opinions about anything.
That's hate.
So Halle Bailey was styled by Nikki Good, wearing Avalano. She looks good. I think it's like
She was
It's
on
a
my
clean look. It's
Yeah.
a clean.
yeah. She was on my hit list.
What did you say? What's your opinion?
I liked it. I think that she was very good for her figure.
yeah.
I think she's very always in the modest department. I think she plays it really well.
Yes, she does.
She really does.
That's Coleman. Coleman is a beast with it. Wayman Micah eats Coleman down. I
Yeah.
love him. I actually got to meet him at the Critic Choice Awards.
Ooh, how is he in person?
Oh my gosh. You ever felt like you wanted to be on cloud nine?
Uh-huh.
Like that man is like a piece of candy that you always wanted to have. Like you don't want to eat it, but you don't want to save it. It's just like he is just like impeccable.
See, I'm a hater of brothers who can pull that off with the open shirt like that.
Yeah.
Like, Slick hating on you
Like,
a little bit too. Like,
Listen,
I can't pull it off like that, so I'm a hater.
you could. We
No,
just got to
it's-
find a way to tweak it.
It's a lot of wolf in here.
He does have a lot of chest hair. So next we have Chloe Bailey.
You already
Chloe
know how
looks
I feel.
good.
You already know how I feel.
Yeah, she's always hitting the mark. She's
Chloe,
always giving sexy.
Yeah, Chloe usually looks
If you've been a
good.
long time listener, you know how I go about Chloe. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he go up for Chloe. He is a Chloe Stan page
Yes.
walking, literally.
Literally.
You can't go wrong.
Okay, so next we have Usher and his wife Jennifer, and I think she's in Schiaparelli.
She's in Schiaparelli.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm not sure what Usher is.
I
in.
think he's in Ralph Lauren.
Should he still be doing the jeans now though? Like, should he came? This is his.
Yeah,
This is
Usher's
for
in
him.
Ralph Lauren.
He did a repeat from one of his other looks from
Okay.
a BET Award.
Okay.
And then we have
She did Vince's Versace.
Yeah, I don't like the orange on orange. And then how do you feel about the rap girls wearing the big ass chains with the outfits that you obviously don't need to be wearing big ass chains with?
I'm not a fan of it. I'm gonna say it like that. I feel that it's keeping them close to their culture.
Yeah.
But it takes away the elegance from the gown.
It does.
I love the fact that Timothy is getting her into these archive moments. So it's like he's bringing. He's another one that's been in the world of archive and vintage, but he does. He's been putting her in archive moments, and I like the fact that it's vintage Versace. You can't go wrong with it.
It's a beautiful gown.
It's a beautiful
and
gown.
It looks good on her body. I just don't like the hair
and the chain.
What do you think about? I think her hair is too warm for her skin. Like, she has very cool toned skin. I think if she went like a icy blonde, it would
that would look amazing.
It would eat. I think the warm, very orange that she's been doing the whole time we've known her is probably one of the worst looking colors for her skin tone.
I love it.
It's like a superimposed Marilyn Monroe picture.
Yes. Yeah.
And then the hair is just big.
I love that she just vintage Versace. I'm gonna say that.
The hair is given on.
Hold on. Acknowledge that I ate.
You did.
Don't do that. Don't let me not eat.
Okay, so next we have Gunna. What do you think about Gunna's
I loved
look?
it for Gunna.
What is he? Do you know who he's in?
I feel like that's Chrome Heart. Is that not? No, it's not Chrome. Maybe Saint Laurent.
Yeah. So I like everything Gunna's been doing since he got out. Honestly, like I think
he
Gunna's
toned
been
that body up.
You can get that off with the muscles.
Like, yeah, he looks amazing.
He looks real good.
If you don't got your traps right, you really can't get the vest off like that. A lot of niggas try to get the vest off with tiny traps.
Yeah.
Next we have Flo Milli, and she's in Gautier.
She was in my hit list too. She was a winner.
A winner to you?
Yeah, I liked it.
You liked it? I didn't. I think the proportions are off.
Okay.
I saw a picture of Flo Milli next to Meg Thee Stallion, and she's like an inch shorter than Meg. I did not know she was that tall.
Oh yeah, she's tall.
She's a very tall glass of chocolate.
She said that in Shayna's interview. When she did an interview with Shayna, that she didn't expect her to be that tall.
Yeah. So Flo is super tall. I think if it was just tailored differently, just like maybe an inch up here, a little bit less of scrunchiness on it, like a little bit of touching would have made it like chef's kiss for me.
Next time you got to do the where is that on the body for the listener since.
Oh yeah, an inch up on the waist. I think the little top piece is a little too far down, and I think there's a little bit too much fabric
on the neck.
On the neck.
I'm gonna say this. It is a piece. Is a look. I wish because of her height and her beauty, I would have just did me simply. I would have did something with a super sick split and just body. Just give the illusion for body. I think that would have been great for me. But I mean, again, she chose that gown. I mean, that piece. It was a nice look for her.
Yeah, it's an okay moment.
This guy's good. He's doing the PC. I see what you did there. I peeped it.
So Jay Ellis.
I just think he's a gorgeous man.
He's a gorgeous man, and I think
we're gonna leave that there.
I think this is like a very clean, simple, and I don't think you need to do that much for the BET Awards.
That's hate. I'm not gonna let you come in here and do that.
I don't know.
Can't do that.
So let me say this.
You got to do better than the Masters jacket.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave this. How I'm gonna leave this. BET has to start putting restrictions on wardrobe. That wouldn't have just been acceptable for the Oscars, and he wouldn't have chose that for the Oscars. We got to start treating our own as if it was anything else. I feel that as if.
But see, that's what I was saying with Usher though.
I felt what Usher did was he was doing a
Ralph Lauren moment.
Not even he just did something with Ralph Lauren, so he's just doing that. But also, what Usher was doing was recreating a moment that he's already done.
Okay.
So for him, it wasn't like
so disrespecting the BET twice. I'm just like,
but it was more so for him. It was like more of a recreating. This is to me
lazy.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna sit there and say it could be elevated.
Salute.
I respect that. Yeah, I respect that definitely. Really quickly, talking about BET's dress code. What the hell is the aesthetic for the BET Awards? Because I feel like every award show has a very specific aesthetic and people dress for that, but the BET Awards is always all over the place, red carpet wise.
So back when I did the BET Awards back in 2010. No, 2000 not 10. 2000 and 13, 14. And when I did the BET Awards, I did it for 2 Chainz's wife, Keisha. I did her actually twice. I did her one time in the Hervé Leger dress, and then I did her the second year. I did this elegant white Tom Ford dress. During that time, I felt like there was more of like a restriction, and you could start seeing the restriction fade because the rappers wanted to wear what they wanted to wear, what they was comfortable in. But I feel as if over the years, you know, I guess the corporate heads of BET just kind of became more relaxed. So it's not really a restriction because you want the rappers to come because, you know, that's the more publicity that you're going to get and all the other stuff. But it's like nowadays, people's half naked and the guys ain't really putting no effort. I would love to see
really not.
Yeah, I would love to see you in a nice suit.
Yeah.
You go to the Oscars, you go to the Grammys in the suit. Why can't we come to the BET in the suit?
Oh yeah,
That's fair.
They'll get right for the pale people, but not for their own people.
Yeah. And you wonder why they don't respect our stuff because we don't respect it. It starts with us.
Yeah, I think people need to definitely start coming correct for the BET Awards. Victoria Monet, I think, did that.
Yes.
She came correct.
Crazy. It looks crazy.
She looks great. So she
that
she
denim?
was styled by Colin
Carter
who
eats down.
He always eats, honestly. And it's by I don't know how to pronounce this. Sluisa? Yeah. Samuel Lewis.
She eats. It wasn't nothing wrong. The only thing was more so the hair. I wish the hair was more up, but she looks amazing.
Okay, I thought that was denim at first.
Oh no, it's not denim. Ooh. So
Did y'all see Flo J?
No, I didn't see Flo J there.
Yeah, she was there. She had like a green dress on.
She had a green dress on. Yeah. Her brother had I think a suit.
Yeah, I didn't see him. I just saw pictures of her. She looked really good though.
Next we have Huncho. What do y'all feel about Huncho?
Shout out to Huncho.
I feel like he just look like a nigga.
I still got you winning.
He in all black.
I still got you winning against Dennis Duke.
I just feel like it goes back to what I'm saying. It's the like, if it was the Grammys, what would you have wore for the Grammys?
Low key, I feel like he would have wore this.
I feel like
I don't. But see, there's a difference. The Grammys have a requirement.
Yeah,
they have, you know,
Summer Walker
8.
It's a cute little moment. Definitely,
it was something so different from what she normally do. And I loved it. I love this. Let me stop there too. I want to say this. You know who really shocked me for the Grammys? I mean for BET Awards. Sukihana.
She was there this year?
She was there this year.
I didn't see her at all.
Stylist this year, I don't know who he is, but I have to shout him out. He did a phenomenal job. She did a crystal dress, a cocktail, and it was so impeccable. It was beautiful. I loved it because it was so different from what she normally would do. I have to give her props because that was one of the best.
I didn't see her on any of the lists. So Coco Jones.
That's her signature style.
That was my number one.
Yeah, she looks great.
She's a beautiful.
The body
girl.
is bodying. We love that. Skilla Baby.
I don't know.
He looks like
He got it out the closet.
He usually is like a little adorable to me. Here he looks like he bites people. Like, I don't know what's going on, but like I don't like this at all.
The double denim with the off color.
He has a little babushka. I don't know. Tyla in Versace.
She killed it.
Amazing.
8. I feel like Tyla
And it was vintage.
Yeah.
It was vintage. I think that was 2001, 2002. Versace.
She's bringing it back.
Yeah. It was definitely vintage. And I feel like Tyla is one of those girls that's always going to look amazing.
She has the body.
Yeah. Because
she has the body.
All of the houses want to dress her. All of the stylists want to dress her. Everyone wants to put her in their shit.
Clothes were made for her.
Well, it's that, and she has the body. I feel like she's the Zendaya for music.
Yeah, definitely. They have the same
aesthetic.
exact archetype.
Probably even a little bit better because she's not as tall as Zendaya.
But see, that's
the better part. Okay.
So
yeah, Zendaya's more model-esque.
I just think
and
because
fabric.
she's tall.
But see, when you're that tall, you can wear everything. So even something short gonna look great on you, something long gonna look great on you. It's the aesthetic of you alone.
Tyla is probably like part of my top 10, honestly. Mooney Long, I didn't like the proportions. It was too short. If it was maybe like 4 inches longer, it would have been very, very nice.
It's a beautiful. She looks. Her makeup is pretty. She's very pretty.
She's very pretty, and she's tiny. She's like a 00. I've seen her in person. She's
tiny.
She's tiny. Low-key, I just want to scroll past the men because the men always give us nothing.
That's hate. Tank brought the guns out.
Young Miami she's just giving body and is giving Fashion Nova dress. It's given. I have access to this and I can wear it next week. It's not gonna look like that on me though. But
it's pretty. She looks pretty. You know what?
She looks pretty.
I actually gave Young Miami. Can we say that?
Mm-hmm.
That's very Young Miami. The vibe is clean.
It's giving no Diddy.
Okay.
So Taraji actually wore 10 looks for the awards. I don't have pictures of all 10, but I have who she wore for all 10. Look number 1 is, I think, Beaumont.
Mm-hmm.
So the dress is beautiful.
Shout out to Seisha. I gotta give her a shout out. Seisha is her makeup artist. Saisha, my bad. Saisha is her makeup artist, which is actually one of my clients. So shout out to Saisha.
Sure, her makeup was amazing all night. So the carpet look was Beaumont. The look number 2 was Retrofet.
Retrofet. Mm-hmm.
Look number 1 was Retrofet. Look number 2 was Valdrini Sahidi.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 was Bishme Cromartie.
I think 3 or 2 was the yellow dress. Yes.
Mm-hmm. 4 was Rushmal Mishra, which was like I think that
black one.
Yeah. The next one was Laquan Smith.
She wore the green. That was the short green dress.
Mm-hmm. And then Theophilio.
Mm-hmm.
And then Off-White, which was, I think, one of my favorite. It was like kind of, I think it was floral print that like red and white. It was very, very pretty. Bishme Cromartie, again, I think another look. So she wore 2 of those. Sergio Hudson and then Lavere Couture. You've worked with them before, right? You said you put somebody in that.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was serving look after look after look.
Wayman and Micah are great stylists, and they have some great moments.
Salute. I'm with that. I like how you did that. That was notable.
Tia Mowry.
She's a beautiful lady. Beautiful lady.
Call that man
I
back.
don't like it.
She's a beautiful lady.
Yeah, she's a beautiful lady, and I don't like it. I don't even.
I must say we got to go to some of the misses now.
So Sexy Red in the Blondes.
I wasn't mad at this.
I was so surprised that this was the Blondes because I was definitely like
I was expecting more dramatic from them.
This looks like Pretty Little Thing. For real.
I mean, I think it is definitely her.
I think
it is definitely her. I think her look is just unpolished. I think she tries to look unpolished at this point because there's no way
she's being her.
You have access to being able to look polished.
So let's stop there, right? She has funds, but a lot of brands still don't want to dress a lot of us.
Yeah.
So we have to take that accountability. You work for it. You get it.
There are so many other brands other than your regular fashion houses,
and they still gotta want to work with you to request clothes for these people. It's so hard. It's so hard to request clothes.
I would want to if I had a brand and people hit me up to dress Sexy Red. I'd be like, hell yeah.
But I mean, like that's up and comer independent. He's talking more like bigger
names. No, don't pass her. She was amazing. She looked good.
She looks good. Megan Good looks great.
She looks good.
Yeah. Keith Lee and Ron Lee they're actually in Mario and Lee. I went to college with this kid.
Is it supposed to look like that?
Him.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to have
loosely?
That?
I know of him.
Is the length supposed to be like that with his whatever that green thing is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess. And then she has on all Chanel accessories.
Let them know.
I don't love it. But shout out to Mario and Lee because
keep letting y'all know he getting money. Like y'all need to put some respect on my man. He's letting y'all know he getting money.
Niecy Nash and her wife giving lesbian realness. We love it.
Okay, I love it.
Like, oh my God, Lord.
Like
okay, so I actually want to get into some people that I really
right there.
like.
Hold on, go back. Vic Mensa. What is he doing?
What do you think about Vic Mensa?
What is he doing?
I think Vic Mensa doesn't look bad. I think the very, very dramatic break on the pants is a little much.
Man, all that is much.
So I'm only when I speak about work. Let me break down what happens sometimes with dressing a client. You might have the best outfit, but the client gonna do what they want to do for one thing. Two, it might be a situation where you might got a split in your pants, the original outfit. It could be an epic fail from the original outfit. We don't know. I know me. I'm gonna have a certain aesthetic to have that backup. I think for me, I would have styled him totally differently.
Yeah, just
I'm gonna bring you the options that I'm gonna like.
He looked. It was a goofy look for him for me.
Yeah.
Hold on, no. There's another miss there.
Black China, I think, looked like Jada Waiter from a
Can't
couple
call her
years
that no
ago.
more.
Oh, when
You
Jada
remember
Waiter
that
did
one?
22 and 20.
Can't call her Black China no more.
23.
She
Yeah,
got a new
Angela
name.
White. But when she was in TZL Femme. Yeah. I think it's very similar, extremely similar.
All right, we gotta go to the other Angela because I had an issue. No, it's the other way. Go down.
Flo
Other way.
J?
Who's that?
No, gotta go to the other Angela Simmons.
Oh, I didn't scroll past her yet.
Yeah, you did, but just keep going scrolling down. Right there.
Oh, okay. So Angela Simmons with that little gun purse.
That's kind of nasty.
Are you gonna say something about this?
There's so many reasons that's wrong.
No, because you got to understand what she was representing.
What was she representing? Because she was just holding it up like.
So let me say this, right? People try to tell. So the thing in fashion is we want to tell a story, right? Mm-hmm. In the process of telling a story, you want to tell whatever kind of story you want to tell. She trying to tell y'all like she riding with her man, how her man move. You know, Gotti like he ain't no cookie cutter here around the way type of dude. So she telling you like I'm like, you know, I'm with it. Like
We got
Gotti
a
is
preacher's
with it.
daughter going out here toting tools.
But they always said the preacher daughters was the ones that was with it the most.
I don't know. I think it's a little corny, just a little bit.
And then just to go with just some other stuff in her history when it comes to just personal things going on with her that involves gun violence. It's just like, come on now.
I get it. But I'm also saying it's a story she's trying to tell.
Yeah.
And the story might have, I'm not saying that the story makes the mark or it doesn't. It just,
I think it
sometimes we
missed.
got to look at the script a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so
this was my
last
biggest L.
miss I want to talk about is Saucy Santana and Beaumont.
Ooh, that wasn't Bowman. That was Rick Owens.
Oh, Rick Owens, yeah.
And the shoes, he's worn those shoes multiple times at other events. Just keeping
Oh,
it a
I
bean.
love yes, man.
Just keeping it a bean.
Fashion police.
I need to go
like,
change my shoes today.
I did the science. I was out there
He
doing the
said
science.
he's worn that multiple times already.
That's his go-to boot.
So
Just saying.
there are a couple of girls that weren't on that list that I love. So Mariah the Scientist and Roberto Cavalli. It was so cute. It was very adorable, very dainty. I think the hair flipped up and the body jewelry was like cute. I would wear this.
What I would sit there and say what I liked about it is given 2007. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, that was a story I do like. What I say, that's what I'm gonna say.
What do you think about Lala Milan and Area?
I feel like Area is a good classic moment for anybody. It's like
It's a cute little moment.
It's a cute moment, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this was probably my favorite look, and I didn't get her name in it, but 8. I love that look. I think her body looks so good.
Her body looks amazing. It's a beautiful dress. And yeah, I can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. And I just want to pull up really quick who she's wearing. Like, who is she wearing? So her name is Lene Vinay, and she's wearing, Lord, I cannot pronounce that. Wees Durham Franklin. I think it's German or something.
Franklin?
Okay. She looks absolutely flawless and gorgeous. So we can get into the performances next.
Yeah, we got to get into the BET Awards
Now
themselves.
we can talk.
Yeah.
All right, so it started off with Meg. She was the opening act.
Did you see that?
I did.
I think she did a good job.
I think she did.
It wasn't bad, but it felt like she was tired a little bit.
But you just keep in mind, she just got off a tour.
She's still on tour. That's what I'm saying.
I thought they ended their tour on the 21st.
No, I think they still have some more dates because she got to do Atlanta again, and then she also opened up some dates. Remember we talked about the cancellation.
So she added some more dates.
She added some more in Texas too.
Okay.
She canceled her European tour.
People were saying it's just been some spots, some countries. So I don't know because we did talk about the tour being canceled. But they did. I will say this: they did open up some more dates in Texas, which to me feels like okay, maybe we couldn't sell them dates. Let's go back to our home base and try to collect what we can there. So I will say it is interesting about what's been going on with that. But it did feel like to me like she was a little gassed a little bit.
I want to sit there and say, in all retrospect, for one, like I said, for me doing it 2014, it's hot as hell on them stage with the lights.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
And again, she just got off a tour, but I'm gonna sit here and say she looked amazing.
Yeah, she looked like an athlete up
She
there.
did a really phenomenal job.
She has been getting on her fitness, honestly.
They tried to put the O on her. The Ozempic?
Nah,
Nah, I think
you can tell by
that's workout. Yeah,
the way the breath control that she has now versus
that cut in her thigh right there she had that's not manufactured that way.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy that. Then they went to Taraji trying to do the Kendrick thing. To me, I don't feel like they put her in her best element at all. That the whole night, honestly.
I didn't like her hosting a lot.
So you know the thing is, right? I get right now why they choosing Taraji.
I was excited when I saw her.
She apologized to Oprah.
I don't know what. Listen, I'm one of those people. If I say that, I stand on it. I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say. But I kind of want them to go back to when Monique did it. I think
that was the best host of the BET Awards was Monique.
But Monique was the best to me. I think that moment was so iconic.
When she did Crazy in Love, like the whole Beyonce moment. But I think they were trying to recreate that probably.
But you can't. Because let me tell you why.
It's not as good.
Let me tell you the thing right now. This culture of music, I'm 36, right? So being 36, I'm a music fan. So like I've seen hip hop, I've seen love, I've seen R&B, I've seen all of it all. And I feel like now we in a time where everybody just want to shake their ass and do all this like hood round the way.
And that was very apparent on the BET Awards in 2024. It was a lot of ass shaking on stage.
Yeah, and I feel like
a lot of it.
And I feel like that's what the culture is. And I think that's why it don't come off authentic with her, because that's not really to Taraji. Taraji give you pretty lady, cunty. I think she give you, I can get with it.
I feel like she gives you like raw too. She's very like genuine, down to earth. I feel like that's why we've loved her for so long. Like she was famous to black people before she was famous in general for mad long. We've
agree.
loved her for a very long time. I was mad excited when I saw Taraji. I think they should have had her like be
Taraji
herself more. Yeah, I think this was.
It didn't feel like she was in her element.
I agree with Frederick. She was outside of her element. She didn't know a lot of the lyrics to like what she. It was too
rushed.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the Keith Lee thing too a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So there was a little situation where
there was some drama.
But to her defense, I don't think she knows. She don't got a restaurant.
Let me tell the people what happened, and then we can get into it. So what happened was she was introducing an award, well, not an award, but a rose. She was giving out roses.
Yeah,
and she was supposed to be giving
in
to
the
Keith
crowd.
Lee, but she didn't recognize that she was actually with Belmont?
Jordan something.
Yeah. So he's also
the guy that does the stuff with Method Man.
Yeah,
sometimes.
he's also a social media guy. So she ended up giving the rose to him incorrectly. She tries to clean it up. Keith Lee then does a post and delete of him throwing the rose on the ground.
Which dramatic.
He gets into his car. He tells everybody what he was upset about, which he said he wasn't really mad at Taraji. He was mad at the whole production on them not informing her who he was. She then comes out and says, hey, you wasn't in your right seat. But y'all got to understand, this nigga is a UFC fighter. He's probably on edge all the time. I got to say,
a UFC fighter.
Keith Lee used to be a
UFC fighter.
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
So
I didn't know that.
I got to be on
His
the
brother
edge.
is
That's
one.
why he got to be at the exit row. I can't be in the middle. They wanted him to be in between in the seat. I can't do that. I'm crazy. I got shit going on in my head. Niggas might be trying to come anywhere at me. So I understand. She knows me. When we go into anywhere, I'm already 10
Head on a
steps ahead
swivel
of
all the
what can
time.
happen.
So let's keep that real. That's not no USC situation. That's
a man with his wife.
I'm gonna be politically correct, because I don't want to say it's going to be a mass of people watching this. That's a black man in poverty situation, because we all do that. I do that now. I got to sit to my back against the wall or sit. That's just a people from poverty situation. Let's say
it's
that.
PTSD trauma a little bit.
But
So yeah, I'm pretty sure they told him to sit right there. He said, no, I'm not sitting right there.
But for the fact being, one, if that was the case, then you should have had your PR people hit them up from the jump and say, hey, these are my requirements if I'm going to attend, period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just that. Secondly, far as him throwing the rolls, I still felt like you know what type of backlash you're gonna get from doing that. So why would you even do it? So you wanted that attention to now have to now have more of a subject to talk about, because you can't just say, oh, she got the wrong person, because then you would look like you mad.
Yeah.
So you need.
But I think he was though. It was
he
very clear.
He was definitely mad.
But he was, but that was the reason. But that was the reason to film that and then do that. So now have more of a subject to say, oh, I'm not mad with her, but now I need to get off my chest.
And I didn't like y'all people who was saying, nigga, all you do is eat in your car. That's not right. Don't do that.
That's
y'all
not,
some
he
real
uplifts
haters.
Small businesses.
That was some real hating ass shit y'all niggas was doing.
But you can't knock the fact that he built a career off of eating in his car.
Yeah, but he also doing more than that.
He does more than that now.
But in the beginning of building his career, that's what he did.
But I seen a lot of people trying to.
Technically, in the beginning of his career, he was making Ronnie meals while she was pregnant. That's when I started following Keith. I started following Keith before he started reviewing food. So he was just a nice man,
but who
was making food in his kitchen, and then he got like several thousands of followers from that, and then he started reviewing food after he started making the food.
But what
he was making good food.
What made him famous? What gave him the reviews?
Reviews.
All right, so that's what you known for. You can't get mad when people say certain things.
But niggas was trying to act like he shouldn't ask for respect. And that's why I didn't like. And that's what it
but
because he's at a certain
out. Pause. Let's keep this
okay. Wake it up.
Because I feel like we be acting like as if people has put in time to sit there and say that they need this respect. Like earlier how you said like I need to give myself more credit. I don't feel like I put that time in yet, because I haven't done like Keith. Yeah, he's famous for giving his views, but it's
not like the Keith didn't had the city going crazy.
He did, but he had a city going crazy because he felt like whatever he gave his reviews and he felt like it came off negative. Yes, but at the same token, it ain't like he's done something so powerful where it really changed the culture.
I mean, food culture was so different.
He has positively changed a lot of people's businesses.
Who was about to stop ending their businesses. I don't know. It could be staged. It could be manufactured.
I don't think it is. He's positively changed a lot of people's businesses. I'm
not going to discredit him, but I'm not going to sit here and say we gotta give him respect.
Okay, so
I'm gonna sit here and say like, I'm gonna acknowledge you. I'm gonna acknowledge that your videos is fun and cute and whatever. But I'm not gonna sit here and say like you haven't done nothing really for the culture. You give me your opinion. I don't feel
like that's fair though, because they wouldn't have asked him to come if he didn't do nothing.
I think he has done something.
No, you nowadays they asking people who getting views off of shaking their ass just to be anything.
That is also true.
You know what I'm saying? You go viral.
The impact though, but we in a city that felt it.
I love Doja Cat. She's made a big career, but let's be real. Doja Cat made herself famous in the beginning of her career by being on TikTok, Instagram, being moo, I'm a cow. Exactly. That shit is not really art. Let's keep it a buck.
No, that was just her having a little fun.
But that's what made her famous. And then next week you see her sitting at the BET Awards and all these shows and stuff like that. So let's be real. What happens in today's time and climate is we giving out flowers and credit to people who haven't really put that much time and work and ethic in.
I ain't gonna do that to you, Keith Lee.
I love that you don't do it. I will. But I'm not gonna discredit that what he's doing now. But to be honest, I don't think he's done nothing for the culture. Okay. You give your opinion.
Know. I feel like he's gone to several different states and he's uplifted a lot of small black businesses. And these businesses have come out months later and said that like they haven't closed because of him, and they've been making more money because he keeps people's lights on. And I think that is very commendable that he's helping the little people. And even if But
what about the people when he go back and say, well, they did this, that, and the third, that's in the negative now. Now they sit here, people are like, well, we don't go over here.
Well, if you don't have good customer service and you don't have good food.
But again,
because also, if you consistently watch his videos, like his ratings, I feel like it's very fair.
Yeah, I
Like
feel
he'll
like
tell
he
you
does,
if
yeah.
the food is good, but the service was bad. He'll tell you if the service was bad, but the food is good. He doesn't disparage anybody for real. He'll be like, they could have, I had to wait an hour and a half for this. That's crazy.
But if you coming on this
You have to
Saturday,
be honest.
But let's be real. Okay, let's okay, so this I gotta say this, right?
If you coming on a Saturday,
I'm not discrediting.
Let's talk
him.
about Atlanta.
Exactly.
When he was here.
I'm not discrediting.
Because you know for a fact that there's mad places you can't call and get a reservation. You just gotta stand your black ass
Hope you get a seat.
outside in the sun. Hope you get a seat. You gotta pay $45 for valet parking. And then when you get inside, it's $22 for a drink.
Then your wife gonna get 2 of them.
And then it takes 45 minutes for the food to get to your thing anyways. You can't hear nothing because there's music blasting all over the place. This restaurant was not opened by someone who had a passion for food. This restaurant was opened by someone who had a passion for money. And a lot of people in Atlanta have a passion for money. We have a hustle culture here.
I totally
And I think that's the
agree
problem
with you. But at the same token, those never my experiences.
I've had those experiences.
I haven't, so I can't.
I
speak
just
on
don't
that.
go to the hookah DJ no reservation places anymore.
neither,
If
but-
you're not on Resi, you're not seeing me. If you're not on open table, you're not seeing me.
So that's how I don't. So that's why I could probably say I can't speak that. And again, I don't want y'all to think I'm discrediting him for what he's doing. What I'm saying is I don't feel that I have to feel like we have to give anybody respect that has. You're still fresh in this industry. He's been doing it 2 years now.
He's not even really in this industry for real. Like he's reviewing food.
He's a media.
Yeah, so he's a
TikTok
food.
He's like,
personality.
yeah, he's
but
an
so then-
influencer and
but-
stuff.
but
But like,
as-
yeah.
But he's using his influence to be a food critic.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. You're right.
So
Yeah,
he's a
in
food.
the
So
industry.
I mean, and he, like I said,
Yeah.
UFC fighter, you're slick entertainer.
Yeah,
still.
yeah.
So he's
Semantics.
still
I'm
new to
doing
this industry.
semantics.
So it's still growing. I'm not discrediting him, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
still sitting here saying I don't feel like I owe you respect. I like what you do, but I still don't feel like I owe you that yet.
Telling that nigga get out his car, then that's what you saying. Get out the whip.
You got to go in there and really fill it out because if you ever hear the stories,
Yeah, he's filling the
it
whip.
always saying I'm sending this person and I'm sending that person in. You go in there and
No, he can't go in there.
you
He
can-
has to be
it's-
impartial.
It's nowadays
Because they gonna make
Listen,
the food better
people
because they
still
know it's
wearing
Keith Lee.
masks nowadays. He could still go in there and put a mask on. And do
I wouldn't
everything.
know that. I wouldn't know that was Keith Lee.
Figure it
But
out.
that's because I've been
listen,
following
but
that man
listen,
for like 6 years.
Listen, he can go figure it out.
Okay, so we've been on this for a while. Who is let's try to run through the next couple performances really quickly.
All right, so I don't have them in any particular order, but
Mm-hmm.
Shabuzi. I noticed that there are a lot of
everybody in the bar getting tipsy. I did not know that was a black man that made
I
that song,
love,
sir.
let me tell you that. I love that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why I love that. It broke up all the ass shaking. It gave us
It
a
did,
little
it
more.
did,
It
it
gave
did.
us a little something more. And
And then he brought out Jaquan.
It felt like a
and
little.
he had a lot of black people on stage.
Yes, but it also.
But they were doing it country.
It also showed us that we can get into other. Not I don't say that because we actually started country too. It
Yeah,
shows us that we're very diverse.
We
We're
built
not
this shit
just one lane. What I do like about it was it was refreshing. It almost felt like old school.
Yeah, it was really nice.
You remember when Sierra did her, Missy Elliott, and I think with Funk Master Flex they did that once that
It was for BET Awards. It was
the VT Awards. They had they jumped on the wall and did the whole wall.
Oh,
thing.
okay, yeah, that was like, damn, it was like 2009.
6, 9, yeah. And then remember when she did the whole thing back with Chris Brown and the water? It kind of felt like something different and refreshing.
It
and
was.
I love that.
It was a nice break from all the ass shaking.
It was a nice break.
I can't remember who he got beef. It's another black country guy who was giving him hell.
Was it Tony
I
Evans
think
Jr.?
so. I think so. And they was giving him hell because in the video, his music video, he had a whole bunch of white people in the video. And so they was making fun of him, saying trying to clean it up.
So let's be transparent here. Let's go back. This guy lived in what? Nashville?
I'm pretty sure if he didn't, that's where he got his success in.
Yeah, so he lives in Nashville. How many
It's very little.
African American
Very
people that lives there and that want to be into the country music? Let's be authentic. So it's gonna be hard to do stuff with us. We look at country music, we like, oh, we ain't doing that bullshit.
We turn
now
our
we
nose up
liking
at
it
it.
because Beyonce done made it now.
I still don't
popular.
like
it. Yep.
But we turn our nose up
I
at
still don't
anything
like
that
it.
we don't hear our mamas making, or we are not accustomed to 24/7. I've always loved country music. I've always loved Leon Rhymes. One
of the guys I went to high school was like a big time country singer.
Yeah.
It's
I
crazy.
said quick. All right, let's next.
So then Victoria Monet, she had a pretty good dope performance.
Victoria Monet ate.
And
She always eats because she is a performer.
that and what she brings back with that song is
Oh, my mama.
yes. It from the video to her performing it is she brings you back early 2000s. She brings you back.
She gives you
Sierra
artist development.
Yes, she does.
Period. She
you
gives
hit
you
it right on the nail.
polished. She gives you like. Sometimes I think she's Beyonce. I'm not even gonna hold you. Sometimes
won't go
the
that
early.
I won't go that far.
Because she's because of the blonde hair too, and the stage presence is crazy. Like she gives me that.
I won't go.
She gives
that
me
far.
stage presence on the levels of like if she stays on the trajectory that she's on and she keeps giving us.
So you think she's gonna be our next Beyonce?
She's gonna be like the next R&B / pop girly for sure.
I won't go that. I would go that far. She could be that, but I don't think she's gonna be Beyonce right now.
All right, we need to wake it up.
And
If I'm Glorilla, I'm pissed off for a lot of reasons.
Glorilla performed. She brought out Meg, and I think Glorilla's performance was also like a nice breakup of all the ass shaking because she came out.
She ended up ass shaking her.
At the end.
mean?
She did end up ass shaking at the end.
Yeah.
But I was like, she's one of the rap girlies that do like the bars.
Okay.
Bars
What I do,
too,
and now I
sometimes.
sit there and say I do love that about Glow because
Yeah.
she do come up with her little tomboy like.
Yeah, she had her shit on.
But
Yeah.
she got a lot of reason to be mad. I got my biggest competition, Sexy Red, having a crazy performance, which we'll get into in just a moment. Then I get superseded by Meg, who comes out and fucking just steals the whole show on my ass.
Meg did a great job, honestly.
She stole the show. If I'm pissed off, I'm talking to my label. I'm talking to everybody, nigga.
Out of all the girls, though,
This is ridiculous.
So I have to say this, and I have to say this. Glorilla is still like a, I don't want to say up and coming artist, but she her persona gives the up and coming, right?
Yeah, but she come with heat.
She come with heat. She could spit. You could be the most talented artist. It's okay. So it's like with Foxy and Kim, right? Foxy gives you bars.
Yeah.
But Kim had the right production behind her.
she had everything.
She had everybody.
She had Bad Boy.
She had
the whole powerhouse
She had the
behind
whole
her, yeah.
the powerhouse behind her. So again, like Gotti and them is dope, but I think the difference they not putting that power behind her. You can't put someone like Meg who's got a Grammy on a stage with somebody that's you trying to branch her off. You got to get somebody that's gonna be
She's more
equally matched or
polished.
let her outshine. That's the one thing you can't do that with. You get what I'm saying? Meg came out there. Meg has been in the industry for a minute now.
Yeah.
She been
Yeah,
doing
she's
it.
been here
You
for
done
a
did
little
shit
while.
with
More seasoned, more
Beyonce.
polished.
And Nicki and a bunch of people. Yeah.
So you don't have the right training.
Beyonce.
So right now, Glow is kind of getting that, learning from that. But I feel like at a moment you can't allow somebody that's so big to come out there and steal that moment.
I just don't want to see him Fetty Whopper. Because that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, like get her burnt out for real. I don't want that to happen.
So many hits and then all right, I got some more.
So
hate
I think you know who did get Fetty Whopped a little bit? Ice Spice.
Was her performance that bad? I wasn't mad at it. It was a little low budget.
You weren't mad at it because all she did was shake her ass.
What did you expect?
Like she literally there's a new song that she put out, her new single. I think it's called Fat Butt.
There we go.
Oh,
Wake
the
it up.
fart or something.
No. That she performed the fart song second, but there's a new song. I think it's literally called Fat Butt with a PH. So she came out with these little like shorts. All she did was shake her ass.
Yeah.
Wake it up.
And she looks great. Like her body is crazy, but like that's really all she
But
did.
you know what? To be honest, I want somebody like. I would have loved for one of the rap chicks to come out on the middle of the stage and just spit bars.
Lauren Hill did.
But
And Glorilla did in the beginning.
I was surprised she was on time. Can we wake that up?
Okay.
why would you be surprised?
Because Lauren Hill historically
Be
is
late for
never on
everything.
time for anything. For any of her
No,
shows.
I'm gonna sit here and speak for her. She's on time when she gets there.
Oh well, see that's the problem. fans just like you enable this poor behavior. So you over there at 2 a.m. waiting for her to say Zion, nigga. What?
Yes,
Y'all are the problem.
no, we not.
Yes.
What we are saying,
Y'all are the problem for real.
We are simply saying she's on time when she gets there. This
At
is
this
hold on, let me
point,
tell
when
you,
you buy a
because
Lauryn
let me
Hill
say this.
ticket, then yes,
Let me say no.
she's on time when she gets
Name
there.
another artist whose album still being #1 rated in today's world, because she did that back in '90.
Name another artist who are living off one album the way she is. It's crazy.
So you can wait. You can
No,
wait
man.
a 30 minutes.
Come
to an
on,
hour
you
for
got to
her.
at least give me 3 projects. You want me to wait like that?
No, for what?
I'm
'Cause
waiting for 12 hours.
There's no other female artists like Lauren.
There isn't any.
There isn't.
There
I'm not
isn't.
saying there
So
isn't.
so be thankful when I come.
See, that's the problem. I paid for these tickets.
But first of all, you already got to know what she's. So let's have some.
That's what I'm saying. In
consideration. Let's have-
2024, if you
Oh,
buy
for
a
sure,
Lauryn Hill
100%.
ticket,
Let's- hold on.
you know what's happening.
Oh, yeah,
when
for
she
sure.
Let's
she shows up, she's on time. You're right. Now
Let's have some compassion. She has been going through a lot.
Yeah.
Them labels
she's
have-
been going through that for
and-
like 20 years now.
And
at this
but them,
point.
and she still don't have the rights to do her music. She has to do acoustic.
Mm-hmm.
So that has to take a lot to get just that band, to get the right pitch, to get the right sound, just to be able to give you what y'all want off this one album
Ain't
that
no
I've been able
sound
to.
check.
No, because it's not like, you go, you mic
ain't
up
on
and-
time.
No, she's always she's on her time. Her time is Lauryn Hill time.
Okay, so Tanner
No,
Adele.
we got to talk about Tyler's performance.
Okay, stop. For once,
Oh.
I was gonna she's literally next.
Oh, my bad.
You
bad.
see her picture next to.
Look at
I
her
just
there.
wanted to really quick say that Tanner Adele did a really good job. She released that Buckle Bunny song. It was another country performance, and I thought it was cute. I like the song. It's a cute song. Tyler, the mic was on. Okay, the microphone was on. I thought, okay. I'm not gonna we'll get into that next because the Usher tribute we'll get into too. But Tyler, her voice is amazing. I am obsessed with
I
Tyler.
love you. If you see this, I just want to let you know. I
Girl,
love
there
you.
is absolutely no way that you cannot be obsessed with this girl. If you don't like her, you're a hater. You're a hater. Very simply put, like if you don't like this girl, you're a hater and you are insecure about yourself. Because she is perfect in every way possible.
I was telling Fair that when she got on stage, she turned it into the CET Awards, the Color Entertainment Television Awards.
She
took it over. She took it over.
Did. And that was another refreshing moment. Now, I would sit there and say her performance reminded me of a Beyonce moment. It reminded me of Beyonce when Beyonce did, I want to say VMAs with Sean Paul and Jay did Baby Boy. That's what it gave to me.
And they said she was hurt. She was injured.
Oh, wow.
She had to cancel 2 of the shows because of it.
It didn't look like she was injured
She
or hurt.
didn't.
She gave it 100%.
Amazing. She looked them, and that, to me, that's what moves me to sit there and be like, okay, I'm intrigued to watch more. I feel like.
And her stylist, I followed her stylist today. You can keep talking.
I think is it Maeve? No, it's not Maeve.
I have to get messy though.
Who?
So Noami, that's how you say it?
Normani?
Normani? Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't perform because she was injured. Are we being critical here? Are we saying that Tyler's just a better performer than her?
Kian.
Oh yeah, she does. So let's
You eat, girl.
They said Normani. That's a normal thing for her to
So let
cancel
me say
shows.
this. The show always must go on, even if you have to do a Beyonce movie and be pregnant and sit in a chair and you sing the fuck out that song.
I don't think Normani can afford to be canceling all the time too. Like we know that you're
we
an
don't know
amazing
what she's
performer.
going
She
through, but
needs
at the
to
same
perform
token, you gotta
every
get
time.
the fuck out there and you gotta show out. I don't care if she would have
every
just
single time.
sung in the bleachers.
Put it on the floor.
Yeah,
bitch.
I felt like that was a moment. Like again, you gotta be out there. I felt like she should have just ate it up and go in. I don't know what her mind was going through, but at the same token, like girl,
Yeah, I mean, this
I would
is a
have
big.
loved
bigger
I would have
moment
loved
for
to
you.
see her because she's actually got great songs.
That's what I've heard before.
Like, no, have you not listened to her songs? Her
I've
music?
listened- if she
Oh
said
my
I've listened
gosh,
to it.
Normani got great fucking music, and
But I heard that messy TikTok shit. It's unconfirmed, but I heard that she's like been like a little bit blackballed because of industry.
I hope
nonsense,
not.
Like
I hope
personal
not.
things.
because she's actually a great. She actually have you seen like her videos and her content is fucking phenomenal. I would have loved
She
to see her.
also polished it gives artist development.
It does. She's great. Like,
I don't know what's going on.
She performed where she performed, I think the VMAs, I think a year or two. She ate.
I think she's one of those like black pop girlies that like eat, like period, point blank.
Yeah, she does.
Will Smith was giving gospel.
Okay.
He brought out Kirk Franklin. Fast forwarded through that whole shit.
We got to break it down though, because the crowd was so crazy during his performance.
Were they like hype?
No, because like they didn't know how to feel, right? It's because you're hearing some of his words. This is a new song, so nobody knows the words to the song. You're just
he's like, yeah, when you're down, you going through it, and you gotta get up. You just slapped this nigga on stage
doing father raps.
I knew you was about to say that. Why did you about to say that?
He over there doing father raps on front of everybody. Niggas don't know this is a gospel song yet until Kirk Franklin comes in. They're like, oh, okay.
Comes out, it's a whole choir. They're like, and they're all the black people like, oh, I guess we gotta get up now because I guess we at church now.
my nigga, you should have just did switch. Just do switch.
Oh,
you would have had the crowd
turn
going
around
crazy.
now.
I would have wished she would have just did Summertime.
I wish she did Summertime.
I wish she would have did Summertime.
That would have been a moment.
Let me tell you why.
It would have been a light moment.
He makes so much money off that song.
Give Coachella that bullshit next time. Don't give us that.
Not Coachella. But I just feel like that would have been a moment for him. And I love Will Smith. And to be honest, I'm not saying I condone violence or whatever.
You would have slapped that nigga too, though.
As a wife, as somebody who is somebody's wife, I would have wanted my husband to slap that nigga 100%. Slap that nigga. Slap him today. To slap him
not
now.
Not even so much
please.
Slap him, pull him to the side, whatever. But I get where he was coming from.
Nope,
I just feel like
pull him to slap.
I feel like
that bitch.
No, because they was friends. So
he was on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in a dress.
Yeah, and I feel like,
don't care.
And I feel like they was friends, and I also feel like, again, this was all rated for
Slap
TV,
him.
so you get you. This is the film industry. We all understand it. I just feel like I wish Will Smith just continue to just be you. You don't got to do anything to make us like you. You fucking Will Smith.
We love you.
We love you.
We grew up with you.
Yes.
You the Fresh Prince.
We saw you emotionally cry about your daddy not coming to pick you up to take you on that damn bus.
And we thought that you really grew up without a daddy.
Yes. So
until we found out that you had your daddy the whole time.
We love the fact that you gave us Uncle Phil. So you don't gotta prove shit to us. If you slapped them, you slapped them. Yeah, we come from that environment. You know what I'm saying? I'm quick to J down on somebody. Well, let me not steal somebody's word. I'm quick to like pull up and whatever. So like I felt like you ain't gotta prove that. I felt like that was more so to prove like, you know, I'm changed or whatever. I'm a good guy. We don't give a fuck because we from the same era.
All right. So before we get into the Usher performance, I do have to say
the Usher is gonna be the last part of the BET Awards.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much what we can sum up.
Yeah.
Finish up at. I just hate. I'm not a fan of the children entertainment thing, man.
So Eris,
I have a big issue with that.
And Van performed. I fast forwarded through that whole shit. I was like, these not my kids. I don't give a fuck.
So let me tell you something about that, right? I actually liked it. I actually liked it because again, it was refreshing. It was something different.
My coworkers were saying the same thing, that they enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it, and it was very like cute, and I felt like
we're cynical.
I mean,
as a couple.
No, let him get his point out.
I felt like if you watched it, it was a moment to like encourage the next generation to come up that like, oh, we could do something. I do agree to the set that I wouldn't have kids at that, but then I had to think about
That's
it.
But think about it. If it's to encourage the next generation really quickly.
Yeah, but you had to think about.
Would you let your kids be watching that in the first place? The whole award show.
That's what I'm saying. It was like middle. It wasn't even like in the beginning.
No, I agree. That's why I said I'm devil's advocate with it. But I also feel that I also felt like that's not, because I said to my mom, I'm like, that's not a place I think I would have my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I kind of got where they were going with it.
I would show my kids that clip.
I can see them doing an opening act before the show actually starts. Like, you know, when they do the
red carpet type stuff. I can see them doing that.
I still have a problem with that because I just feel like kids that, especially that young in that age, shouldn't be on TV like that.
But where do you see kids like her performing that at nowadays?
Let me tell you something about my husband.
My husband
specifically does not. He doesn't fuck with any of the family vlog shit. He doesn't fuck with any of the like TikTok moms or like kid things.
So you'll never do that.
No, we're never gonna be a family vlog.
Yeah.
You're not gonna see my kid unless you see my kid with your eyeballs. Because I respect like his take on that, and I feel people on the internet are creepy as fuck. So I'm not gonna post my kid. So that's how he feels about that. Like them being on stage and stuff, like they're not cognitively developed enough to give their consent. So it feels like they're being exploited. That's always his thing.
And then they also don't know like why they're actually being famous. It's like you're not really famous because you're talented at what you're doing. You're famous because you're highly developed than the other people your age. Mm-hmm. And when they catch up to you, then you realize you're just normal, but you didn't had all the success for all these years. Now you fucked up in the head.
It's weird because the kid doesn't have a say in it.
I like how you put that nicely together.
Yeah.
That's
why he's always against it, and it makes sense to me, so I'm with him.
But the scene was cute. I'm just.
Oh no, it's not.
It was cute.
Yeah,
it was cute. I like Van. I like her little.
Harris,
like I was.
What's Van Pub though? What's Van Pub? What? I'm just talking.
Her publishing. Also, these child stars usually all of their money goes towards their parents. Usually take all their money.
Or like a trust or something.
The money usually isn't like for them when they turn 18. It's usually gone by the time they have access to it. So that's also the problem.
That's true.
especially like how they're doing it because it's so rogue. Like there isn't like a company behind. Like back in the day when you got into Nickelodeon and Disney, there was a company who's like, oh, well, we're gonna make sure this amount of money goes to the kid for a trust or some shit like that when he turns 18. There's nobody stopping that now. Now it's just
nobody. It's just TikTok.
Nigga just giving the parent 12K or 10
and they blowing it
$3,000.
They blowing it in Chanel in 30 minutes.
It's crazy.
Okay, period.
All right, so let's wrap it up here with the Usher, and then we can.
Okay, the Usher tribute, yo. Oh my God,
I hated it.
It was so bad.
And let me tell you why. As much publicity Trey Songz need right now, why wouldn't we stand together and give Trey his moment? I could see
Chris Brown moment.
I
could see Chris Brown. Hold on, let me finish.
Because he be sexually abusing women. That's why.
I mean, there's been allegations. Rory did say it.
He settled on more than one occasion.
Okay.
Keke Palmer.
Bleep this part out then.
Okay. Keke Palmer came out, and we believe Keke. She not gonna lie.
Okay, we believe Keke.
Okay,
we believe Keke. But it's
That's
been
where I stand on that.
So many other people that we could have. They just did a whole bunch
Tank
of
was
female. Tank didn't
So,
perform.
okay.
though.
That's what I'm saying. He could have been there to perform.
Tank could have been there to perform.
That's what I thought.
Tyrese was there. He could have
No,
performed.
bump all that.
They had
Tank,
a bunch of nonsense.
They could have did. Vito. Vito would have did. Vito, because Vito covered one of Usher's songs and ate.
They said the only male that performed was Childish Gambino,
who can't actually sing for real.
So why would you pick Childish Gambino?
I liked it though.
My problem, I liked the composition of his cover of "You Don't Have to Call," right? In general, I don't like Childish Gambino's R&B singing voice. He doesn't have an R&B singing voice.
No,
it wasn't bad.
Usher is a singer.
Down.
So why would you get a bunch of non-singing ass niggas,
women?
Okay, but it wasn't like when Prince
to do a Usher tribute. I thought that there was a problem with how they set up the mic and how it was pitched. I was like, this is a mic problem because everyone has this problem until Chloe came out. And she was singing beautifully. She sounded so good during the tribute.
Yeah,
then I was like,
she does.
Everybody else is just untalented.
Keep in mind, Chloe and them, they yodel and fucking, like ultra, yeah, like they shake the room when they speak.
Don't talk lightly on my girl.
Oh, Chloe? Yeah. No, she shakes the fucking room. No, like Chloe.
Some respect on it.
Chloe. Them motherfuckers is like orchestra, like it's music, it's birds in the morning.
I'm saying like they should have gotten like people who are singers like Chloe.
They could have kept Chloe. I would have
kept Chloe.
They could have did both Chloe and Haley.
They could have did both of them. The only part of the tribute that I would have kept personally was Chloe and then Teanna and Victoria. Even though they just
felt like
they just did a dance tribute. It wasn't like a singing thing, but I do think that it was very cute and it was captivating.
At that moment, I felt like they should have recreated.
I gotta get toxic. I gotta get toxic right here. Tiana Taylor is gonna do a Candace Parker real soon. She gonna switch teams. Just being honest.
What do you mean a Candace? You think she gonna like?
You know who Candace Parker is?
Go lesbian?
Yeah. I think it's coming. I think she's
First of all,
I don't have an opinion on that.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Hold on, because I have an opinion on that. Let me tell you how I feel about Tiana Taylor and Victoria Monet specifically being together. You know, Victoria Monet and her husband are both bisexual. I have said on the show that I think
married.
Huh?
She's married.
And she got a baby
yeah,
daddy.
her baby daddy. Yeah,
Oh,
her
okay.
and her baby daddy are both bisexual. I've said on the show that I think that both of them being as attractive as they are, and both being bisexual, that's sexy as fuck. Her, first of all, being with Tiana Taylor, I already
pause. Right. She just says the craziest things.
I just think
You
it's
think
sexy.
it's sexy for her and her baby daddy to be
Both bisexual, and the amount of attractive that they both are. No, I'm not bisexual, and neither is my husband. But I just generally,
He cleared it up for me real quick.
I'm a naturally heterosexual.
This is unique that you think it is sexy though.
Yeah, I do. Genuinely.
She
But
went into a whole spiel
I'm
on
one
this.
of those. I'm one of those weird black women who isn't phased by bisexuality in men at all.
Oh.
I wasn't before I got married. I'm not now. So I like pretty boys. Like I liked pretty boys. Like there's no way I was gonna be phased by bisexuality. Like I like niggas who wear like one earring, rings. Like that
And
was
yet
my
your
general.
dude don't do none of this stuff over here that you
No,
like.
he's a pretty boy though.
No, he gives me.
You could if his
No,
pictures.
He gives me
His
around-
pictures that when he got me gave me pretty boy.
He gives you.
He gives you-
He give you light skin, but he give you
he's
around the
light-skinned.
way.
He gives you rugged black man. Now,
Rugged black man.
He don't give you nothing, pretty boy.
no, he don't give me pretty boy. But the pictures that got me gave me pretty boy. Definitely.
Oh, okay. This is interesting. The guy, she
But-
likes pretty boys.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was never phased by that type in the first place. So that's why I thought that her and her husband being bisexual are sexy as fuck. Tiana also is bisexual.
They gonna pull her to the other side, man.
But wait, pause. Have anybody confirmed and said that they are bisexual?
Yes.
I think
Like,
she said it
Tiana-
in the interviews.
all of them have confirmed that they're all of the parties have confirmed that they are bisexual.
I still got more toxic opinions whenever.
Okay.
I just think that Victoria and Tiana giving like also me, I think Tiana gives like top energy in her.
She definitely gives
Very rugged.
very masculine.
Yes, like I would want her to take me down.
She'll let a few chin hairs grow on there.
I would want her to strap me down. I would let Tiana strap me.
Like that. That was funny.
And I feel like in that
Where did this conversation going, guys? I don't
because
know.
of that performance, this is where the
She's
conversation
strap
is
me.
going. Because of that performance, I feel like after that, Tiana strapped Victoria and her baby daddy down.
So let me say that.
I feel like that's where it went, and I like imagining it. I do.
Oh wow.
I like imagining it.
So I know
I'm
Farrah-
a dream about it tonight
I
when I
know
go to
Farrah
sleep.
differently from you guys. This is not the Farrah I know. I'm just gonna sit here and say that this is so they bamboozled me. I thought we was gonna be talking about Chanel and Dior tonight. But, oh wow. I would sit there and say yes, I would date Tiana. As a gay guy, I would date Tiana. But
She just
let me say this about
all of the
Tiana.
boxes.
Tiana is a performer. I
Damn.
paid for roses. I paid for the show. I
You
seen
did?
it.
Yes. Period.
I was in the crowd when Junie told us to shut up or get out. So I was in the crowd.
I've met Junie.
Yes, I met Tiana is so fly.
Yeah.
I
She's
still don't like the
definitely
performance
popped
though.
up.
I don't like that. I think being that this is the male that we was ushering Usher. I would have loved to see Tiana be Beyonce because she would have ate.
Yeah.
She would have ate a feminine moment like that. We always give her a rough moment. Why can't we give her that soft feminine moment? I would have loved to see Tiana flip that. And I would have
Kanye
loved.
did.
I do understand that. Do you think Faded was a soft moment? I think all of her moves were so sharp. I don't think that was necessarily a soft moment for Tiana in that video.
No, I would have gave Tiana more of a softer moment than give her something so hard.
No, I mean, like he said, Kanye gave her that. So you remember the music video Faded?
Yeah, no.
I don't think that was a feminine moment.
No,
I feel like it.
No, it wasn't. She was naked, but all of her movements were
The
sharp
sharp
and they
yeah.
were masculine and they were strong and they were like rigid as fuck. So I genuinely don't think that was a feminine.
Yeah.
She wasn't moving
gracefully.
slowly and softly in a feminine. Everything was like ha 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 ha. Like it wasn't. Yeah.
Like I would have loved to see Lucky Day sing for him.
That would have been good.
That would have been
Especially with the album just
that
coming
would have
out.
been really good.
That would have been
yeah.
great. I would have loved to have Luke James up there.
All right.
Luke James would have ate.
So
That's what I'm saying. Like, they missed the mark because these are guys that you probably don't even have to have a big budget. Not saying that discrediting y'all, but like, you don't have to have a big budget to get them because I think they would have loved to be a part of such a big moment for one of the guys who paved the way for them to be able to have it.
And one of the women who, and like this is probably gonna be one of the clips for us right here. One of the women who probably needed to not be up there because she is too obsessed with Usher is Keke Palmer.
Keke Palmer did not belong on that stage whatsoever.
It's getting almost obsessive right now.
And the gag is
Like it's a problem at this time.
And then the song, you make me want to lead the one I'm with.
Like
Start a
you're
new
antagonizing this
relationship.
man at this point. Like I was on Spaces the other day talking about this, and folks was looking at me crazy. Like, yo, you just had an incident with this man. We don't know if it went awry or not because of this Usher shit, but he went on the internet pissed as fuck, and you keep bringing this man into the equation.
Yeah, and Keke Palmer, she has a very childish singing voice, don't you think?
Yeah, I don't think
It's
so.
very like high pitched. She's not like.
And I'm gonna tell you what I would have loved to see. Sorry to cut y'all short. I would have loved to see Soraya perform with do one of the moves. She would have been a great performer because she's a good performer. She slept on.
No, I understand.
I think she's a really cute girl. She is slept on.
But no, let's stay on this real quick because we got to get on to this with Keke. Like, I saw what you tried to do. No, we not. I see what you tried to do. No, we ain't getting off of this. We're not getting off of this. When you in a relationship, we can take it off her for that. When you just in a relationship with somebody and you have a recurring party that keeps coming in, you're violating them.
Like it's just at this point.
Even if that's the father of your child. Like at some point, this nigga Usher ain't putting that much money in your pocket. You can say no to some of this shit.
But wasn't she in his video?
She did. Well, first it started off with the show.
Yeah.
Then he went crazy, spazzed out. They had whatever happened between them. Then she does the video where she just imitated him. Then you go on BET Awards. Almost 6 months after that.
But she was in his video, right?
Yeah, she was pretending to be him.
And he spazzed out and said, "What about her?"
Well, he spazzed out.
Daddy
Darius
spazzed out.
He spazzed out when she went to the show.
You remember that?
The residency.
Okay, so that I can't help your insecurities. One,
yeah,
she can't help.
They
his
broke
insecurity.
up,
but that's his issue.
I feel you.
Wasn't he abusive? Wasn't he whooping her?
Yeah.
Well, there's been allegations of it going both ways.
So again,
allegedly,
so
yes.
we can't help about that.
Like
Like
allegations going both ways. The mama said it had to do with Usher because she said, Usher gay. So she said that the Keke mama said that.
we don't know what anybody is because we don't be in nobody's bed.
Oh no, I'm just telling you what Keke mama said.
No, I'm not saying you saying it. I'm just saying.
I know you have a very specific opinion being a gay man that grew up, basically in Atlanta, but
no, I grew up with the hood. Listen, let me tell you, I done did all the hood niggas. I don't like pretty boys like you. I like you to be rough. If you don't know how to fix a car or take out the trash, I don't want to talk to you.
I'm just saying, like, it just.
But I'm gonna say this. She can't help. This is an industry that she works in, so she's friends with these people, and to be friends with one of the biggest artists of our time.
Yeah, you gonna take
I will say this, though.
Advantage of that moment.
And I agree with you, but then we also got to do the science on why our friendship is becoming so lucrative and benefit between each other.
Our friendship should become lucrative,
but we know why it is. It's because at the expense of my partner,
No,
or my
the
baby
father
daddy.
of my child.
No, it's never.
That's what sparked
because
it off.
At the end of
It is low-key at the expense of him.
Not. It's at the expense of I'm Keke Palmer. I have a name of my generation. You're Usher. You have a connection with your generation, and we both can combine it and grow to another level.
But she's been saying she's been in love with Usher the whole time she's been in the industry. Now we starting to see them together.
She should definitely be in love with Usher.
But no,
every woman is in love with Usher. It's Usher Raymond.
And what I'm not saying is,
I'm in love with Usher, and I don't like him like that.
The fact that now I've been saying I'm a fan of you for all this time, but now when we have an interaction that goes viral, it makes a partner of mine, the father of my child, upset. Now we keep seeing each other. Now we start being in the same rooms more often.
But now look at
it's just interesting.
But look at when she was saying it then, and so where she's now. She's 30-something years old. Where now, okay, I could be around you, and it's not gonna look creepy that my 50-something year ass old is around a 30-something-year-old woman versus when I was around a 17-year-old that's saying it, and I'm 34 years old.
Salute. I'm not mad at
it. You know what I'm saying? Let's be devil's advocate about it. Like, she's older, she's mature, and yes, she might sit there and say, I love Usher, I'm a fan of Usher, whatever the case may be, but we all know Usher don't want her. We know that
we know that's not what's happening
so again,
there.
I can't help my partner is insecure. I'm still coming home giving you this coochie. So why are you mad?
Yeah. No, I mean, at this point
not
now,
anymore.
He not getting that.
They've been broken up.
So yeah.
And he upset.
But it sounds,
he punching air.
It sounds like you have short man syndrome, because at the end of the day, you got mad because of what she wore to a concert. She wore a see-through dressed with a bodysuit that covered her whole everything that needs to be covered as respectfully as she should have. What are you mad about?
Amen.
This is fashion. She's in the industry. She was on a whole TV show about fashion.
Yeah.
So what are you mad about?
He's upset
It was
because
too much.
he can't have the control he wants.
Exactly. You said it right there. So it's not about they building something off of his anger. They building something off of, they're trying to get her to the next level. This is Keke Palmer. She definitely gonna get a job.
Oh, for sure.
She gonna pay them bills.
That's one
and
thing
she gonna
she
get
gonna
that
do is
breast
keep a
milk.
job.
She gonna keep a job. Keke keep a job.
Oh, she told us that. She told us that.
What do we have next? Because we've been on the BET.
Yeah, I think that's
Awards
pretty
for a long
much
time.
most everything I have for it. So I know this it's probably not too much y'all wheelhouse, but it's a little bit into the sports realm. So y'all know who LeBron James is.
Yes, definitely.
So his son just recently signed with the Lakers. They were drafted him the 55th pick. He signed a contract which is going to be 3 years guaranteed, which a lot of people are trying to act like it's this crazy concept. Some players do get this when they're highly touted, when the team really wants to develop them, they'll get a deal like this. So he gets 3 years guaranteed, and essentially the entire world is upset regarding his nepotism. So I want to get into that first, but before we do so, I don't think we discussed this yet. I have heavily implied this, but do y'all believe that LeBron James is the greatest black man in recorded history?
The greatest black man?
The greatest black man in recorded history.
My daddy is the greatest black man in history.
All right, take out the emotional caveats. Let's just go from feet.
My daddy is still gonna be the greatest motherfucking black man in history.
Okay, the second. Let's go second then in your book. We'll go that.
Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think LeBron is that at all. I think there are black men who have done more for like their local communities that'll probably be better. That title should go to.
I mean, it's I don't know, man. I understand the whole local community.
One of the greatest basketball players, one of the
and not even
greatest legends in the NBA,
all-time leading scorer. Never's had a scandal in regards to someone going out saying he
very
stepped out
clean
of
image.
That's tough in and of itself.
As a black man,
or he's using his money quite.
But then that should be commended as well.
Okay,
because a lot of people can't do that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't, or they can't.
They
let's
side baby mamas.
Let's say greatest athlete.
I want to put him in the greatest black man category because I want to have a conversation. If you don't feel it, tell me.
I think
Where do you think he falls short? Hold on. Where do you think he falls short?
The connection of being a human.
Okay, I need some more. Explain.
Yeah.
Like when you that polished and there's nothing to talk about, we don't know how we could connect with you. It's almost like what people say with Beyonce. I love Beyonce, but at the end of the day, we don't feel like there's a true connection with you.
Yeah.
You too squeaky clean. How the fuck can we feel like there's like at some point, like I want to hear you cuss. I want to hear you do something like the best. It's not even the best part, but like it's like when he had the whole courtside Karen thing. It was like, okay, that was I guess kind of a scandal. Shout out to the fact that the guy that was arguing was my ex-client, but it's like you're not relatable. We don't see your pain, we don't see your happiness, we don't see your show. We just know that you just a robot, and it's just like, are you really human?
I would argue a little bit. I'll give some pushback because he does do the profanity and does give a little bit more on his personal platforms. In regards to that, so I do feel like he is relatable. But
on his personal platform, what was so memorable that you sat there and said that? Oh, that's worldwide remember about LeBron James besides basketball.
He was telling a story
and Glorilla.
He was telling a story of when he went to transfer to his high school for the first time, and he has basically said how he was not used to being around that many white people in his entire life. He was like, "Yo, where all these crackers come from?" Like he didn't even know white people existed in these numbers because of where he grew up at. So I felt that because I came from the DMV. That's Chocolate City. Haiti. So to see somebody to have that experience, when I came down here, I never went to school with that. I went to school with 2 white people my whole life.
So then that sounds more of a relatable situation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That was relatable to me too.
But it's not worldwide relatable. Like I feel like LeBron just keeps
Taco Tuesday's not relatable.
Yeah, I do. I don't think rich people are relatable.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, no, they are because you got.
No, they not.
I think he
black
had
rich people. Let me tell you, black rich people are. Because I learned that from sitting there watching Steve Harvey video with him and Margie. Because I was like, these bitches.
I don't think Steve Harvey is relatable.
I felt no. Let me tell you why. I was like, these bitches eat off of fucking Chinaware. Them bitches got the same healthy place we do. They do the same hood rat shit that we do. They're just there at a bigger budget. Mm-hmm. It's they're relatable to us. I just feel like that's relatable to your story, but not to the mass. I feel like he's not relatable to the mass.
I feel like also here's another instance. I'm a nigga who when I hear a song, I'll act like I know the words and be rapping it out loud. LeBron does that too. He don't know the words. Nigga wrong the whole time. I felt that. Now you can't act like that's not relatable.
Okay, maybe I'm overlooking things. Maybe you teaching me something different. I feel when you said that hasn't been caught in a scandal, hasn't been done this, don't you do nothing. His squeakly, he don't do nothing. He don't do too much. Then where's the relation? I think we just put him on the pedestal because he's LeBron James and he's good at his job. He's phenomenal at his job. Best basketball player, absolutely. Best black man, I can't.
He wore the Trayvon hoodie. He wore the t-shirts. He had the school. Y'all remember the school?
Okay, so then I'm gonna say I don't know too much. So I'm wrong.
I was gonna ask you. I feel like
granted, them kids ain't passing right now, but
we don't know too much about LeBron. We don't follow him. We don't be watching his stories and stuff like that. So there's nothing.
But I feel like that goes even more to question. You ought to be able to say that because for you to be the greatest black man, you have to transcend more than just your sport and things of that.
But see, I don't even know him for basketball.
I
don't even know how many points I can't even lie to tell you I know how many points he made.
No, I think that opens up a lot too with it. But I think also another.
I know him for basketball and I know him for being with a black woman.
Yeah, now that I would sit there and say phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Been with her for mad long.
I feel like so you're right. So LeBron, excuse me, I apologize. You are a phenomenal black.
Talk about it.
King.
No, you are a phenomenal black athlete.
He is King James.
Absolutely. You're a phenomenal black athlete in this industry. The best black athlete in the industry. But because him and Savannah, I love the fact that he's been with her since high school?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, high school sweethearts.
You married her. You giving her the platform. I love the fact that because it's hard to see black men that make it and they still be with black women.
Mm-hmm.
That irks me and it's sad because I sit there and say it's weird because I don't mind to see a black woman with a white man.
That's hate.
Huh?
That's hate.
So let me tell you why.
Okay.
Let me tell you why.
You said you hate to see a black woman with a white man.
I hate to see a black man with a white woman.
And you don't mind the latter.
The reverse.
Oh,
wake it up. Explain.
Me neither.
Because if not, I feel like it's hate.
How can I say this without killing myself in the long run?
Black men are generally desirable by everybody, and black women aren't. So if you're chosen as a black woman by anybody, then I'm happy for you as a black woman.
No, it's not that.
That's what I feel like.
No. It's not that. From seeing what a lot of black women go through, being like I work in retail, right? So I worked in a luxury retail store that sold women's dresses, and to see the shit that black women would go through to be with a man, and black women fight to be with black men, and at some point they give up to be with black men to simply say, hey, you know what, it's not working for me. I've tried every black man I could possibly think of. Either she's too dark or she's not dark enough, or she's too dark, or
not dark
she's
enough.
never she's not pretty, or the red bones or the right bones, or she got more gums. It's everything.
She got more gums.
I hear shit like that.
But it was a woman that came to my head as soon as you said that.
And you probably passed her up because you was like, nah.
She was gummy.
Yeah, she was gummy. Or you get she's too confrontational, and I hate to say that, but black women put so much. The thing is, and this is this. I'm sorry. I gotta say this now because you got me feeling some type of way.
Wake it up.
Go ahead.
I feel that black women take so much of a beating from our men. My mother was beat by my sister's father and my father, to the point my father put a gun to my mother's head and he was gonna kill us both. So I feel that black women take so much of a beating, and I think that when a black woman go to any other race, they just feel that's something that he's doing a little bit more. He's showing me more compassion, where she fought so long to be with black men, and black men just don't appreciate our black women. And I think that's fucked up. And I think the problem I also see is that when I see black men with white women, I feel like they just gave up and just like, oh, I'm gonna go to the white women because they better, because they not confrontational. Black women fight for y'all more than anything. Everyone in my stores that I worked with in luxury retail, I always tell them, when it's a black woman that's a manager, I'm going to always work hard. Farrah worked in
bleep it.
I will.
Okay, well, beep that part. But she worked in the store, right? her manager, they didn't want to pay me. That bitch made sure I got fucking paid. Every black store with a black manager was a woman. Let me say this, just as a black man, just a black, as a woman fought for me. I always fight for black women because I feel like black men put so much on them and they hurt them the worst. Like they are the least respected in this fucking world. And I just think it's different to see them with a white man. A white man might cherish her a little bit differently or a little bit better. Or you know what I'm saying? It's very.
I like what you were getting at because I think it's gonna go into this. I forgot to put this onto the docket, but did y'all see the thing about going on with Columbus Short?
No, I didn't know anything was going on with Columbus Short.
All right.
This is so good. I need another one before I go.
I'll make you another one.
All right, so this kind of goes to your point because I don't know if y'all remember about Columbus Short. He did have a little incident going on with his wife. That's what kind of got him kicked off a scandal. But he was kind of talking to what y'all was talking about with the black women and the white women. So let's let him add more into the gender wars.
No, like, what is the difference between being with black women and being with?
He comes into the home. They're not, nigga, what you talking about? Unless you giving me this, doing that. There's no respect of the man, the black man, in that by black women. And I'm not, black women, do not be mad at me. Cook, girl, you don't even know how to cook. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's all black women can side. That Asian, Korean, Japanese, that other side is where, you know, culturally, those women were not, those women were taught to hold down. But it's more than subservience. It's don't get it twisted. I know you know how to cuss cuss a man out thoroughly, but as soon as you cussing him out, you still making dinner, you still washing his clothes, you still cleaning the house. And you're not doing that with, you know, this is my job. That's just what you were trained to do.
Ooh,
and
so much to
I
say
think
about this shit.
that kind of training, you know, how you want to ride in a Bugatti, how you want to go on a yacht, but you don't know how to wash your own clothes. You don't know how to vacuum. You don't know how to put nothing. You don't know how to... Rami, you want... You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. Hey, who gonna put the money on your books? I put the money on... No, you can go to jail. Take your black ass to jail.
This is Columbus Short?
Yes.
You know,
But then he go to jail because of another one.
That's why I say he had a
maybe, okay.
He had a situation with domestic violence. Yeah.
That's
what he lost the scandal.
Criticism.
So pause. Let's
pause.
Stop this bullshit right here. Let's start this right here, right? First of all, motherfucker, if I'm riding a Bugatti, I'm not washing nobody's fucking clothes, and we have a maid and we have service, because the fact is we have the finance to do it. But yes, I get it. Yes, black women do give you a little bit more attitude, but you know why she giving you that attitude? She giving you the attitude because she pushing you. She know the potential of you, because she be the first one to hold you down, and she not the one who's really calling you unless you damn near choking the fuck out of her to send you to jail. And even when you choking the fuck out of her, she's still not gonna send you to jail. She gonna hold you down. She gonna do them books. She gonna make sure shit happen. So at the end of the day, that's the thing what men don't fail to realize. We so quick to beat the one who fucking be there for you, where the others are not there for you, because she understand what it is to take away a black man from his home. You get what I'm saying?
The white woman, the Asian woman, the everything else woman, she gonna jump ship as soon as shit goes sour.
There ain't no more money.
And I don't think it's a compliment, really, that black women will endure more. That's a completely different conversation, honestly. I think that's a completely different conversation.
Black women endure more?
Black women do endure more, but is that a good thing? And why that happens, I think is a completely different conversation. So that I don't know if we have enough time for that, because that's a completely different
that's a different conversation. But,
yeah. But I do think black women, period. I do think the point is that black women do endure more. So like,
but the thing is, this is the thing, right? And I'm gonna have to say this: Jonathan Major learned his lesson, right? Mm-hmm. Let's just say that Jonathan Major learned his lesson, for the fact being, he had and I don't, because I do work with other nationalities. I don't want them to think that I'm discrediting him. But what I'm gonna say is that what he learned, that
they definitely taught him a lesson.
It is, because my thing is this: what I've learned is that we come from different worlds. Mm-hmm. In the process of coming from a different world, we understand shit differently. Where we can use the N-word with each other, and we understand the tone and the malice of how we use it. Where when they use it, we can't understand where it's coming from, but we understand certain things. Mm-hmm. So you two are gonna always have that same thing in common, because y'all understand watching Martin and learning, the Shanae and the what's going on? Oh, okay. Learning Shanae and learning certain things, or watching Bernie Mac, or watching even rock. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We seen stuff, and that's our culture. So we have that understanding. When you date somebody outside of our race, they're never going to understand our culture to fully expect because they don't live it.
It's a different experience.
So we understand. I'm never going to put you in jail. I might give you these hands, but I'm never putting you in jail for the fact being, you know what I'm saying? I understand what it is to put another black
world.
man in jail or do stuff to them. They don't understand that because they don't come from that world.
And I think that's kind of a large standpoint of what happens because we all get brushed with this suave of a certain type of black person, and that can be like what we know, majority, a lot of poverty and things of that nature can be put into that. I think just as somebody who didn't come from that, I do see where the word that he used was wrong. He used a lot of wrong words where he's like respect. It's not respect that you want reverence.
Yes.
It isn't a fact of, her doing something because you want her to have a duty.
Yes.
Like those are
You want
things
subservience.
there's to a degree when you, especially as somebody who's reached his peaks and things of that nature, which is an understandable request.
Peaks is a crazy term.
That is his peak. He's reached high peaks. He literally was on a syndicated show.
Yeah,
it wasn't
but,
for his own situation.
At this point, though, like the peaks that he was at is no longer peaking.
He stomped the yard.
The peaks are no longer.
I can't.
peaking.
So listen. Well, think about
He
it.
stomped the yard.
We can't take away his accolades, and we can't take.
Okay, but we can because he's
We
not getting
can't.
jobs no more because he was
might not be
beating
getting
on women.
But we cannot sit there and say that he wasn't.
I'm gonna take women beaters' accolades away. Period. Point blank. Fuck your accolades, nigga. Stop putting your hands on women.
I'm more
bitch.
discussing the sentiment of what he's saying rather than the actual person saying it.
Yes.
I just understand where there is a degree where if you don't
But
have, we have a shortage of positive male role models.
Yeah, we
Like,
do.
it's just-
Definitely.
And so that's
That's
what
why we still love Denzel Washington.
That's-
Now back to your statement earlier. Sorry to cut you short.
No, I was
That's a great black man.
Who, me?
No,
Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington.
that. Yeah,
He's
that's
still-
an
he's still-
example
he's
of
up-
an
he's
He's
upstanding
up there.
black man.
He's up there. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna act like he's
definitely.
not. He's
He's
up
been with
there.
the same black woman for mad long.
yes.
Mad long.
But what I'm just saying is I can understand where you're not going to get that desired reverence when you look at other groups because they do have a longer history of being more stable in certain environments. Like they have more positive examples than we do of us.
So no, what I want black men to stop doing is discrediting our own, and I mean our own entirely, especially our own black women. We came. Tupac said it. How can we discredit our own woman when we came from a black woman? We quick to this. You don't never hear a Caucasian man discrediting Caucasian women.
I'll disagree with you on that.
I haven't. I haven't.
I just
And-
posted.
And let me say this: you don't hear the magnitude of multiple Caucasian. So it might be 1 to 2, but you don't hear magnitude of.
There was a photo of this white girl going around, and there was a bunch of white guys joking because they were saying she fucked the whole SEC, which the SEC is a college football conference, which a lot of those guys go into the NFL. They literally screenshotted her picture over the Wilt Chamberlain 100, like saying she had 100 bodies. So to say that they don't treat their women in a negative demeanor, it's that's just not an untrue factor.
No,
really quick.
you
I
talking
think
about
that I think
college
that
kids.
we are black. Our algorithms are black. We don't engage with white content that much, like culturally. So we're not gonna see what white men are saying about their white women because
that's
we not following straight white men.
Like,
We don't care what straight white.
We did a
men have
video
to
about
say.
this woman
Fair
who
to say.
all she did was she had a tight shirt on, and she baked a cake. A cake that you ended up making.
Oh, yeah,
she
that
baked
was
the
a good-ass
with
cake.
a tight shirt on, and everybody was just calling her trash, calling her a trad thought, all sorts of shit. It happens in their community. It's just it doesn't get the light that we
Yeah,
get.
they were
'cause
like,
we don't
this
see it.
bitch is baking a cake with a tight shirt on. She's a pick me. She just wants the blah 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 blah.
Yeah, they were
blah.
shitting on her. Crazy.
And then whole time I was like, that recipe looked good.
Yeah, it did.
And I made the cake and it was good as fuck. I was like, y'all missed the point of this video. This is a delicious cake. But yeah, I think we don't see it, but white men do it, Asian men do it, Indian men do it. All of the other men do. Men are trash.
I just think it's unfair to do it in general, and I feel like, especially for black women, I feel like they're already at the bottom of the toe. Y'all get paid the least.
I think black men should be more mindful
yes,
because of the
we set the
position
tone for
of-
everything.
I'm glad
because
y'all
of the
said that.
position of black women.
Let's get into this next topic, then we can wrap it up here. It's been a great show so far.
It's been so good.
I
It's
know,
been really
right?
fun.
So-
Ty is definitely, every time we have an award show coming up, Ty is going to come with us. We're going to talk
Absolutely.
about all of the things.
And when I get this $3 million mansion in LA, we're gonna do the show out there. Okay.
Ooh, period.
So Miracle Watts, basically she was discussing her future plans for marriage, and if she sees that in her life. She has been with Tyler Lepley for about 3 years. They also have a child together. So this is what she had to say.
Do you see yourself getting married? Of course. Of course. I better see myself getting married soon. Soon. I have a question. Do y'all think it's disrespectful for a man not to marry a woman after being with her for a certain amount of years if they both agree that, you know, marriage is something that they want? I do. And yeah, we're coming up on it.
Pause. So let me stop that.
Oh,
right there.
wait.
Let me stop.
I wanted to say something first. I think as a woman, you kind of need to have more coof about shit like that. Y'all been together for 3 years. Even though and have a child, even though I got married very quickly, I think 3 years is like rational-ish of a time for a man to like decide like that I think 4.5 years starts being too much. Also, bringing this to the public is kind of like, you don't need to do this. You need to speak to your man about it. Putting pressure on him publicly I don't think that's probably not gonna do her any good.
So let me say this, right? I asked your husband earlier. I said, "How long did it take y'all to get married?" He said 6 months. I said, I firmly agree, men. It don't take men long to know if that's the woman that they want to marry.
No, not at all.
So my thing, it goes back to what society has stimulated in our black men. We will impregnate a woman. We will live with a woman. We will be her baby daddy for so many years, but we would never get married to her. Why can we make the decision to do all of this first within the first 2-3 months, but can't decide to sit there and say, you know what, you're the one I want to spend the rest of my life with? Men know what they want for the rest of their life. They know within the first 6 months.
Well, there's an old adage of why buy the cow when the milk is free. So, I mean, like you just said, you put
why
a
buy
whole
the cow while the milk is free? Because you know why you bought that cow? Because you knew that was the cow that you want to take home and you want to continue to milk for the rest of your life.
I don't know why he's saying that, because like technically I did everything wrong. Right? Like on paper, like we had sex immediately. I was cooking for this man within the first week. I went into his home. I immediately took over. I was cleaning shit. I reorganized everything. I made my presence known. Like I did everything. Like he knew exactly what the milk was before he bought the cow. So I don't know why he's saying that.
No, because there's a whole bunch of things that we still didn't act. We didn't have children. We didn't do a whole bunch of other things that.
Well, yeah.
Which I would put in a higher esteem. That's okay.
That was never gonna happen. You was never gonna impregnate me before putting a ring on my
regardless
finger.
if you fucked them the first night, that means you just knew what the fuck you wanted. That's just what Under
It was the
3000
first
said.
night.
If you did,
it wasn't the first night. We didn't fuck on our first date.
You spent the night the first night.
No, I didn't. We went to
the second night.
Yeah, it was the second date. Give me some credit.
but either way, even if it goes, it's the simple fact of I'm just being real. It's the simple fact of he knew that you was the one. It don't make a difference. It don't make a you fuck. This is the thing.
When a man knows, he knows.
What's the rap song? He was like, music so tired. I don't care if you fuck me the first night or 30 days later or whatever. If I know if it's you, it's you. So at the end of the day, it don't take me 3 years to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
And also too, you got to look at it like a business standpoint too. What does he get? All he does is lose in that situation with marrying her. Because she's already shown that she's a woman who's going to do what she chooses to do in most aspects.
Bitch, Drake got a song about you.
That's what I'm saying. Like she's shown
I gotta definitely.
No, so you can't judge it. I'm talking
about what he could potentially be thinking about in the situation.
He can't lose because at the end of the day, you still got a baby by her, right?
Yeah. But just think about this.
Hold on. You
depending on the state they live in, he will lose. If they live in LA, then she's gonna get half.
And so, I'm giving you half, and then also potentially alimony now.
Yeah.
So now at this time right now, it's just child support.
Okay, but so they marry her ass right here in Atlanta. Buy a house and marry her right here in Atlanta. He got enough money. He got enough money.
I can see in a world where his persona and the way that his trajectory is going, even if they don't be with each other, he can still go upward. And to the point where it's like she's kind of missed her mark on what he needs her for. And he's probably not going to marry her. Like if we keeping it honest.
I don't think
I think he is. I think he is because let me tell you why.
There's got to be a bag behind it.
No, I don't think so because
Tron.
No, the
Zeus?
babe.
I think she
Does that mean,
benefits
like,
off
they gonna
of.
have something like that.
You think she benefits off of him?
Yeah, because she was on P Valley because of him.
She gets a little more validation.
She got a roll off of P Valley after they started dating. He was already on P Valley.
That's true, but
That was her first major. That was on HBO, man. You think Miracle Watts would have been on HBO if
But
it wasn't for her nigga?
Let me tell you this. Let's just be real, right?
It was a stripper show though. That body is banging, but still.
But I think also at the end of the day, I think he genuinely loves her.
He does.
I think he
And,
can.
and I think he will marry her. It's gonna be at his time. I don't think it's gonna be at her time. But I also think the fact being,
I hope he does.
I think the fact that it is that, again, they needed each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest. They needed each other because just as much as he validated her and
She does
in her
validate
world,
him.
she validates him in another world, not our
Yeah.
world, but in another world. So they, she gave the confirmation that can't no gay nigga like me gave him because we all thought we all had a chance. he worked for Tyler Perry.
We never
first.
know.
Hey, we don't, but she validated that it's thinner than what we thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
We all knew that he worked for Tyler Perry. Shout out to Tyler, but on the show, we was like, oh shit, he worked with Tyler Perry. On the show, we think he might be touched.
It's a flip of the coin. You never know.
Not saying that anybody that works with Tyler Perry could be touched. I'm just saying that on the show, we thought he could be touched. That's what I'm saying. So I want to be clear. On the show, he looked like he could have been touched. We thought he was cute enough.
Yo, being touched is a wild terminology, yo.
What you mean?
That's a wild terminology.
It is. Don't you think
You
look
can
like
be
he
touched is sick.
And you could be touched in multiple ways.
Oh my god.
I only heard street niggas use that before. I've
Nah.
never seen it like that before.
Oh, am I saying that
That's
wrong?
hilarious. No, I think it's just
It's
like,
actually more sinister the way you're using it.
Oh wow, okay. It's the alcohol. I think she put something in here.
I literally put nothing in there.
All right, well, I think it was a really good show, man. I
It
appreciate
was
you
so
coming
good.
out.
I really have so much fun.
Guys, we cannot wait until the next award show because Ty is going to join us again for the next one. It's going to be really fun.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real fun.
Mhm. I don't know which one the next one is.
VMAs.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's going to be really
You know the
'cause
VMAs actually gives
The girls show out for the VMAs,
Yes.
definitely.
Bigger budget.
Yeah.
But no, what it is that they have a different
Dress code.
requirement.
Dress code.
It's all about the requirement.
Yeah.
Whoever.
BET need to tighten it up.
So let me tell you, Deborah Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Deborah Lee had a different requirement, and she had a different standard. They couldn't come with all that. So I remember they was speaking about when she was running the show, and I remember that they were saying people were coming up showing a certain way, and she was at the entrance of the carpet turning people away. like you know how you were in high school.
That's what they need to start doing.
You know when you were in high school and your teacher, your principal would be like, your skirt too short, you got to turn around, or you can't wear your pants back. That's what she was doing. So the requirement was different. Yeah, you could still be a little urban, but you had to be clean with it. You know what I'm saying?
There's a way to do it. But yeah, I cannot wait until the VMAs. Ty is officially a friend of the show.
Absolutely. I've been wanting to come on this show for a minute. I've been like, Farrah, can you please put me on the show? I've been like, hey girl, like, okay, well, you gonna give me my chance.
We wanted to like wait a little bit, but like we monetize now, and now like we have a base that knows us, so now we can bring people in.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we wanted.
Come back. I love it here.
Yes.
All right, well, let's finish up here, man. Life is a labor of love, so let's keep building these moments together. And remember, your job is not your family, and the only thing you should be exploiting is these corporations. Thank y'all for listening to Talk FNF TV. Farrah, tell them what they need to do.
Follow us on all of the social media platforms at talk.fnf.tv on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We appreciate your support. Like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Thank you again, Ty.